Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Dorkvision stream. We are back. We're here every Sunday from 9 p.m. to midnight Eastern Standard Time. You can also watch our sister stream, The Rime of the Frost Maiden, on Wednesdays from 7 to 10. I have books on DriveThruRPG and the DM's Guild, and I also am on Patreon, so you can support me on that. All the pleasantries out of the way, let's get back to what has happened. You guys, Eidolon Grove's members of Galestone Keep, you guys sort of led a rebellion against Allure, so that's fun. After raiding the Stink House, the lair of the Vintners Guild, you guys absconded with a ledger with incriminating evidence linking a tourist to his many crimes and
a
business
hostage.
doings. You also have a hostage in Theala Wraithrin, the sister of the Wraithrin siblings, who you brought back to Galestone. Rather, Prien brought them back for you. After escaping the stink house, you found Elore in flames, the robots corralling all of the protesters and rioters into like prison, essentially, or holding cells. And furthermore, you guys squared off with a Taurus who left you with an ultimatum to give him the ledger or he takes Juliana's life. You guys, in a desperate throw, Boomcrash took the disintegration shot from his wand of disintegrate, and then you guys fought with him, his helmed horrors, his shield guardian, and eventually culminated in grabbing the ledger and fleeing out the window after being charmed and stunned and what have you. Juliana then pushed a Taurus out the window, and he plummeted to the ground where he was finished off by ice storms and eldritch blasts and the like, but he disappeared at the end. You guys flew out of Elore, returned to Galestone, which is where you are now. So, you guys, I assume, are going to pursue the interest of copying the ledger.
And reading the ledger.
And reading the ledger, which comes with copying it.
Nah, one ear, one through one eye, out the other.
Just a photocopy machine.
Yeah.
That's all you do.
Almost like a Xerox machine. Anyway.
My name is Boomcrash.
Sorry?
My name is Boomcrash, not Xerox.
Oh, that's right.
Because I'm the one who's hand copying everything.
Yes. That would be ridiculous if someone was named Xerox and could magically copy things. Anyway.
Sir Xerox, yes.
Certainly not somebody who has a cousin in Elore that copied documents for you guys one time.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that did happen.
Too.
Is he still alive or whatever?
I don't know, you didn't check.
Who do you work for? Was he the...
He worked for the bankers. He was helping you copy stuff for Galestone.
Yeah. To prove that I had the documentation.
And his cousin lives in Connacht and was able to copy the birth certificate of Teresa Gall, proving that they were a Morristhane.
Oh yeah, we can have her claim the estate of a Taurus now. I thought that's great.
Well, so I'm gonna probably do things in the span of like a few days or something in the days following the insurrection to figure out what you guys are doing day by day. You don't have to like have some in-depth thing like getting money or doing crime or whatever. I just want to know like what you guys are doing, and then I'll tell you what happens that day, assuming you have eyes from your organization in Elore, because all eyes are kind of on Elore right now. But first, I also want to say your domain has leveled up because you defeated the Court of Dragonflies, at least, defeated them in warfare, and defeated a Taurus, and he's tucked behind his legs with his tail behind his legs. So you guys can put 8 points in the bottom track of stuff, which is down over yonder. I have circled where they are on the track right now. They can go to empty spaces, and we'll just go like in order. Order as if there is one. I'll just do right to left, top to bottom from the on screen. So Boomcrash, would you like to go first?
No, I would not because Chrome is being sucky right now. Hold on.
All right. Oh, thank you for the raid, Quincy C. Don't usually get raids. Welcome. Allie, can you populate the chat? Actually, no, I can. I can actually.
I can do it.
No, I got it.
I can do it. Who's next?
I got it. I got Wednesday, Sunday. I have books on Drive and the DM.
Yeah, see, you changed like 3 of them, and I'm just like, I don't know what they are anymore.
But yeah, welcome everyone. We are currently doing a slightly boring thing in leveling up this domain that they have here, but the party has basically just overcome one of the main villains, but now they need to crush him politically. So they're trying to copy his crime ledger and find out who to put it in the hands of. Yeah, the entire of Elore is in flames. But yeah, get to that in a moment. What would you guys like to level up? Let's start with Amon instead, since Boomcrash is still trying to get in.
All right. I'd say we need to get the. Okay. Do you guys want to make this public?
What do you mean?
Like the fact that we kicked his ass?
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking diplomacy, communications, and resources are
Well,
probably our big things.
because our reason our situation is bad is because we didn't call dibs the first time.
Yeah.
So I feel like do you just want me to yell out dibs?
Dibs for all of his stuff? I mean, I'm gonna call dibs for all of his stuff.
No, just dibs at the fact that we got him crushed.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so one of the only holdups for that is that right now, because the general public doesn't realize or know that he is super shady, if we call dibs beforehand, it's going to look a little weird because then we assassinated a member of the Senate rather than taking down a gang leader.
That's kind of fair.
Hmm.
Yeah. I'll let you know what is in the ledger, which might alter your decisions.
Yes, that would be helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, that's pretty nice to know.
Sure. You guys said you wanted to do this at the beginning. Do you want to change it to the end, maybe? The leveling
Yeah,
up to domain?
Maybe actually, because
Sure, you can think about it while we're playing and whatnot.
because
Yeah.
leveling
that
up the
might be wise.
domain, the things wouldn't happen until afterwards anyway, right? Because
Yeah.
those take time.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So, guys, you start going through the ledger. You've returned to Galestone. Brienne is there. She has your prisoner, Theala Wraithrin.
Yeah.
They are tied up and in the safe room where Mao is building the safe for all your valuables, so you don't have to constantly fill up your portable hole.
But all my valuables are there.
Yeah, but Theala has been bound, gagged, and is on constant watch until you guys arrive.
We haven't determined if she's valuable or not. I don't know if she belongs there.
She is mostly just because we
I understand.
want a witness.
I know. We're just being sassy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Alright.
She's with the rest of our gold. Make sure her pockets are empty when she leaves.
We can make a holding cell. That's fine.
Upon return home, you guys heal up. You guys get a lot of extra healing while you're in your base. So you get back all your hit dice, and you regain all your hit points. Nothing happens to you in the first 8 hours, so you can take a long rest. If you level up, if you can do so now. I know that Amon, I think, has leveled up.
Yes, I have.
Fantastic. You can do that level up, and let me know what happens. Boon Crash, you are the one using your mimicry trait as a Kinku to copy this ledger. So, the ledger, as you start fanning through the thing, you're kind of skipping ahead in a few parts as certain things comes to light. It reveals that they've been selling magical weapons to both Connacht and New Dawn, netting numbers in literally the millions of gold pieces. And then that money seems to be distributed to many of Aetorus' allies up and down the line, including the Vintners Guild, like the higher-ups in there, and people being bribed by Aetorus. Aetorus is taking in about 75% of this revenue, which is greatly lining his pockets. It tracks donations from various other council members, bankers, merchants, and the like that were advocating for the war, including his various dragonflies in his court of dragonflies. There's over 30 council members named here. I won't go through them because that's a lot of names, and you don't know any of them in particular.
There's 200 consuls in general, though, right?
Yes, there's 200 consuls in the Senate.
Okay.
As far as senators, there's 10 of them. 4 of them are mentioned in this ledger. Azaki Ariesis, they are a Jewelers Guild senator, and they're a business partner of Aetorus. He basically works in the same, like literally the same line of work that Aetorus is in, so he's getting a large portion of their profits. Not only as a jeweler, since Aetorus is a jeweler's consul, but also as a criminal, apparently.
Yay!
Hesselina Ovalist, they are another senator. Oh shit, I don't have... Hold on. I should write down their... or... Oh, they're an arcane seat senator, that was it. that in there.
So Arcane College related, or is that different?
Yeah, the arcane seat is the Arcane College.
Okay.
Apparently, they have evidence that they were funneling Senate money to a secret lover, and they are being blackmailed for it into voting Taurus's interests in the Senate. There's also another member of the Arcane Seat that is being held hostage, kind of, by a Taurus, the Dragonborn, by the name, apparently, Casmut. A Taurus is paying them a bribe of 50,000 gold pieces each year. Which, yeah, it's not a lot for adventurers, necessarily, but it is for one person who literally doesn't do anything other than sit on their ass and vote. And another name came into mind. Varys Baravan. They are the Leaf Crown Senator that you had witnessed entering his little horde of dragonflies. They're being bribed 20,000 gold pieces each year, and they've
Such
been
a
assured.
cheap bribe.
Yeah, compared. They don't know what each one's getting. He's also been assured by Taurus that a war would be in Alore's best interests. According to the ledger, there's like notes within it about...
So they bribed the Warhawk to do war.
Pretty much. He's the Leaf Crown Senator of Foreign Affairs. And I put notes on each of these senators in
He
the
has such a friendly face. I'm so disappointed.
Yeah.
It's always the one that you least suspect.
Oh, those were the names. I was writing them and just like, I can write them badly. It's fine. These are bad guys.
Like, what do you
I
mean
got
this
them
name
down in-
contains 3 apostrophes?
I got them down in the notes. I'm just it hasn't
There
been populated
there
yet.
is one with multiple apostrophes. There's one
I
with 2
hate you
apostrophes in
already.
the same one.
We're gonna pass a new law. Legally, no names are allowed to contain apostrophes.
The elves are out then. It's elf supremacy all the way.
Yeah, it's the opposite. It's elf oppression. No apostrophes allowed.
I'm also going to put in the chat the names of the other senators and what they're the senators of.
I'm just
These
gonna
ones are
straight up
not-
copy this.
These ones are not mentioned. Yeah, that's fine. That's the purpose of it. These
Thank
ones are
you.
not mentioned in the ledger at all.
So that we can possibly sway their vote.
Could possibly.
Or
They
we
be
could,
elected.
yeah. It's what about Gavrak Toravir?
Well, don't know a lot about them because you guys have kind of strayed away from politics, but you can find out information about them. And in the coming days, I would allow you guys to like spy on them personally, or
The rest of
send
the
your
senators.
people to. But your domain will only be able to gather information on one of them on your behalf in such short notice.
Now you're gonna have to do some spying.
Finally, thank God, something interesting.
You just
Fair
killed a senator.
He's still
killed-
alive!
You killed a senator and you
Maybe.
and raided a. We did a lot of shit.
I was stuck.
That's fair.
Actually, she doesn't remember because she was stunned. So
I was
she, far
stunned.
as she knows, she did nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
she went from having a 1 in 3 chance to a 1 in 20 chance. That was
Yeah.
pretty rough.
And that's my
Okay.
memory.
So for the senators that I think we should investigate, there's the Leaf Crown Local Affairs, so Claricia.
I feel like we talked with her before, so that's a good choice.
Yeah, and Vesselin, who for the proletariat, because they're the ones who are the most upset about the uprising and everything, and Gavrak. Those are my votes for the 3. Just because these are the people who might be able to investigate their dirty co-senators with the most weight.
I also vote for Sariel because Builders Guild is going to have a lot of work to do, and they probably will be enticed by having funds taken from the other guys given to them.
That's fair. Okay, so now we have 4 options.
Yeah.
So do we want to make a prioritized list?
Probably the first thing we gotta do is get nice to the proletariat and get nice to the Leaf Crown, I'd say, to lessen the amount of violence going on. Because if we want to get the people to stop fighting, we have to make sure that the police essentially stop fighting.
Yeah, so maybe send messages or arrange a meeting with the...
We could arrange peace talks or whatever.
Yeah.
Do we want to
Yeah.
arrange peace talks or just tell, like, the senators that we know they're being bribed and also tell them that the other person's making more than them and make them piss off each other and not work with the tourists?
I mean, if we reveal to the Leaf Crown all the corruption, they'd probably be cooler with, siding with the proletariat to some degree.
Yeah, so that would sort of, instead of it being like authoritarian force versus the people, it would be the government and the people against the corruption and the war.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it'd be easier to spin. This is like where in like some revolutions where some of the army decides to not stand with the government type thing. Which is, yeah, they're both kind of important because we don't want either
Mhm.
either the proletariat or the rest of the Leaf Crown to be more enemies than they already are.
And I'm looking at Gavrak Toravir because I took a screenshot from the Aloran Council thing that we did forever ago. He looks like a dwarf, so we might be able to have some weight there. And if he knows that the other two people on the arcane seat are dirty, he might be able to do something about it.
Maybe there's also some connections to the Darkbow, some other dwarven, like, leadership connection. I don't know. Could use that to also sway him to some degree.
Can
Like, yo, we have a
confirm, by
friend,
the
friend
way.
of a friend kind of thing.
Can confirm he is a dwarf.
Okay,
Kesmut
I'll
is
send
a
my
white
screenshot.
dragonborn, and Heselina, I believe, is a half-elf.
Okay.
Most of the others are either some combination of half-elf or elf.
I put the screenshot in chat for people if they want to look.
Thanks.
Jolly good. So that's the Senate.
I do kind of have a crazy thing where I think we also should involve Teresa to some degree to maybe claim as Taurus's remainder of his estate. So all of his shit isn't owned anymore.
Yeah, this is all found in the 8-hour long rest, so you'll have to wait until tomorrow to get
Yeah.
news on what's going on.
Start
Plus,
sending thing out.
He might need to be dead in order for her to claim anything.
So yeah, I guess during this time, could I have talked to Teresa to explain everything we're finding, and like maybe have her go over the ledger to explain kind of what my plan was about like this. He probably will have to lose a lot of his assets, to make up for all the stuff going on. But if there's anything left, we can try and see if you can have control over it. Would you be fine with that?
Can you say that again?
We
Does
basically
she want to step up?
Does she want to take basically a Taurus's assets once all of it's settled? Because there's probably going to be not as much left, but she still might be privy since she is next of kin, essentially.
If she doesn't want it, I'll take it.
That seems...
Well, it's-
No, it's
That seems
more
like
so-
a lot. I mean, I haven't
saying.
owned anything much more than what my grandma used to keep on her little farm.
It's more so your story is probably one that would sway some minds, and also you having control over the resources better than some of the other people in line. Because don't probably think the rest of his organization is, too trustworthy. So if you were in charge of it, that might be the safest thing.
And you may not necessarily need to make all of these decisions on your own. You can find someone who is a member of the bank or some sort of legal representative in order to be able to advocate for you. So you wouldn't
Or she could
necessarily.
Or she could get killed.
Jesus.
I mean, she could technically run it from Galestone if she felt unsafe. It's more so just to have ownership and keep his assets from being used by somebody
Right.
else.
Exactly. So
just
it's
the
not
name
all
and
seized
title.
by the government.
Right.
So there is still some like personal private property.
And so a Taurus's goons can't just raid the rest of his stash.
Exactly.
So clarifying to Teresa that it's more of we want to make sure we put something in the void so that something else doesn't take over. And she's the
Next in kin.
square peg in the circle hole.
Are you sure she's just not gonna get killed?
She
We just
probably
keep
will.
we keep her at Galestone. That's
yeah,
what we
keep
do.
her at Galestone in charge of a Taurus's assets.
Yeah.
In Alore,
Yeah.
where they'll be
I
safe.
Yeah.
mean, it's better than anything else because putting her in that area probably.
Look, there's a
isn't safe.
bureaucracy. They love things on paper. As long as her name's on the paper, that's all that matters.
I mean, you can try and convince her, but she seems initially not wanting that responsibility. She didn't want anything else in her life other than to just be a druid.
I mean, if you want to, you can donate and use the money and put it together an organization in order to heal the tragedies and travesties of the war. That's a significant amount of money and resources that can be used for some good rather than furthering the conflict.
Or just put it in the savings account.
but then she'd still have it. So I'm trying to give her ideas for how to spend the money
Oh, yeah.
quickly.
Or, you can just sign it away to somebody else. And let them
Like
take
an
care of it.
organization that will deal with refugees and the damage from the war effort.
Mouse pointing from, behind everyone is, pointing at all of us.
We just need somebody who has some sort of, even if it's a little bit flimsy, a better legal case to maybe take it over, because this is going to be repairing the city is going to be a whole thing, and we can use all the help we can get.
I'll think about it, but it seems like a lot. And it seems like it's gonna put a large target on my back, and there already is one there, from what I've heard. If Aetoris ever finds out, that I'm related to him, then...
So about that. You don't have to worry about Aetoris anymore.
Are you sure? Because
Well,
we didn't find a
I'm
body.
fairly sure.
I think he's more interested in getting revenge against us than going after somebody he doesn't even really remember having.
Even
Does
so,
what?
I'd like to be sure. Also, even so, I don't really want attachment to such money or responsibility. If we do this, I'd put somebody else in charge of it.
It's completely fine. We just need somebody to be the carry through.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll make sure that very little is put on your plate that you don't want to take charge of. Okay?
We just need your permission. That's all.
Yeah.
I'll think it over. Just let me know when you need me, and what it's gonna entail. Not really good with planning and what.
That's
You
fine.
have help, and you're not alone. We'll help as much as we can.
She nods and heads off to do her studies with pot of bees.
This reminds me a lot of my own father's passing. A little major hassle.
Passing the
It's
rest
a
of the
pain
stuff.
in the ass. Yeah. No, assets are. Ugh.
Yep.
Anyway,
They are.
Theala
So who do
starts
we-
to rustle and awaken. Take you to the keep at
no.
least.
Hell yeah.
I wanted to pick a senator first. Shut up.
Do we have our spells right now? Because it's been 8 hours, or is this during the 8 hours?
She does awaken after.
An hour?
Well, she technically would awaken after an hour.
Yeah.
Brienne has kind of ensured that she doesn't get a super full rest, so she's only really able to get a short rest, which puts her up to half her hit points. And she doesn't regain any spells that she doesn't get back during a short rest.
But very important point. Yeah. Do we have our spells back or no?
You guys have yours back.
Okay, cool. I can zone of truth like a boss.
Okay.
Actually, Amon, can you zone of truth? Because I can also use detect thoughts. That way we
Okay.
can
Hold on.
layer some things.
Can we do the plan beforehand? Obviously, Prien's already been kind of seen. I can disguise myself. Can you just toss in a air quotes Varys into the situation, and maybe we can try and get her talking that way?
Hey, Boom Crash, can you do disguise self?
Hold on, let me check.
Because if you'd be the best choice, because you could literally imitate his voice line by line.
That is true.
That is
Yep.
very true.
So
Have
if you
your
could
mimicry
disguise self, that would be the best thing ever.
Ah,
Okay.
bird person.
I do have disguise self. Okay, let's heck and go.
So let's just say we got the brothers tied up, and you just be like, I need help.
So I'm gonna be a little rough with you, and I'm gonna throw you in next to her. Is that okay?
That's okay, baby. Whatever you need.
I mean, you've lost a lot of feathers. I just want to make sure you don't lose any more.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay. I like being thrown.
No comment.
All right. So as a performance, to be toss the Varys clone into the room with Theala, to be fuck off, and spin on the ground and close the door and see if I can get them. I can just do whatever.
Priyan kind of gets the idea. She's been in her mask of disguise the entire time. But right now she's just under the guise of the Raven itself. She's made herself look like a little shadowier and whatnot, but otherwise she is in the outfit of the Vigilante, the Red Raven. And she sees you throw Varys in, and Varys looks up to Priyan and gives a little wink, and
Yeah, and I
Priyan
can
just
communicate
pauses a
through the
moment
earring,
and
too.
says, Looks like we got another one. Get over here. And can see that Varys is like gagged and whatever you need to do to stop a spellcaster, disrobed of all their holy symbols and whatnot that they might have, because they are like some sort of radiant sorcerer, and they get wrapped up in a chair, similar to Theala. Now they're just kind of facing each other. Keep quiet, you two. Then she kind of like makes sure that Varys is secure, but like not too secure. She kind of whispers into Varys' ear. Is it Boom Crash, Mao?
It's Varys is
Cacaw.
yeah.
I was saying because you can communicate telepathically anyway.
Yeah,
That is true.
that's true. Priyan kind of understands, and then says, I need to see what's going on. No funny business, either of you. Guards, guard the door. And she kind of fakes it and walks out, leaving you alone with Theala.
Oh, I'm totally on the other side of the door waiting for her to come out.
I'd be over there.
Yeah, we're all pressed up against the wall on the other side out of view, so
This is the one-way mirror scenario.
Oh God,
This
no
is our-
pressure.
Yeah, this is our Benny Hill moment of
Well,
just
we
like,
totally
yeah.
could. We have a scrying orb. We could totally make this a one-way mirror scenario.
True.
Well, good. I have the scrying orb. You doing that?
Oh my god.
All right.
Okay,
All right,
we're on the
Law
other
and
side.
Order, calm down.
Okay, Boom Crash, you're alone with Theala right now. Theala looks up at you. Varys? Is that you?
I make some like groaning sounds through the gag.
Look, can't really talk right now. There are guards outside. But need to get word to Aetoris. Do you have anything we can do? Anything we can use? Aetoris will get us out of this, I know it.
Sorry.
In character, stay.
Everybody on the other side just eating popcorn right now. Nom, 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 nom.
What's Amon made for our snacks?
Nothing.
Rule.
I'm crying.
Theala has, like, seemingly gotten out of her gag. She's, like, kind of finessed her way out of it. She's an elf. She's able to do so.
Okay. I'm also going to try and get out of my gag.
It was very easily put on. You're able to get out and pretend to struggle.
Okay. How are you feeling?
They haven't fed me anything yet. I haven't been able to get a good night's rest. Furthermore, I don't have my spellbook. I can't get anything back. I don't have any spells. Nothing has stayed in my head. You?
Nothing. I have nothing on me. I heard them laughing, I think, about a Taurus earlier, but I didn't hear what was happening.
You're not. I can't believe this. Reduced to prisoners in some far-off dungeon. I assume this is that Gale Stone that they've told us about.
I'm gonna send some things in chat.
Yes, please.
This is a brain. We can do brain time and communicate that way.
Yeah, thank you.
What
I
are we
was gonna
asking her again?
I was gonna say to Boom Crash, maybe stage a breakout to see if you can figure out if there's a safe house or more info by traveling with her while we follow along.
I want to talk first before
Yeah.
we do
Okay.
a breakout.
All right.
That's fair.
Then I guess the best thing would be, do you know where anywhere is safe?
Be right back. Sorry, I'm gonna get some cough drops.
Okay, sure. Yeah,
so-
I know that you're sick
I
today.
know. I was just like,
Unfortunately.
Let's put you front and center.
right. That's why I was like, oh man, I can do it. And then I was like, oh, but talking.
Mechanically, it makes the most sense.
I
Sure.
know.
So what are you guys going to try to get Boom Crash to
I
get
mean,
out of her besides a safe place to go?
we could also like talk on the other side of like the door, or have like the guards talk to like incite some sort of information. Like, oh
Yeah.
hey, did you hear?
Well,
rumor?
there are no
Aetoris
actual
is dead.
guards. Priyan's
We
lying
are
about
the
that. You
guards.
guys are the guards.
Yes, I know. So
We
we could
just-
be the little shits and talk about, hey, yeah, we fucking killed a Doris, blah blah blah, or something like that.
I already hinted to her about that, so I
Okay.
wouldn't.
Press
So
it more.
I like what's some information about the organization that we would like to know that would be really beneficial? Like what kind of emergency plans or fail safes in case the worst happened?
You could
Um,
ask, be like, oh, is there anyone else that we can somehow get in contact with if we got out? Like, who would be the closest? Or can we get a bird to someone?
I'd also say, like, what is the cult gonna do? They probably what was their contingency again, or something like that. They gotta have a contingency as well.
I don't know if they're associated, though. That's the only thing.
Well, they probably might know a little bit about it, which is why I like tried to see how
They
much
were-
she actually knows.
In a whole, the stink house has
With
a whole
them, yeah.
fuck ton of demons or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
you did
it's
check
like-
them. Theala did not have a sending stone like drilled behind her ear like the
Mhm.
other cultist clones.
So this would all be like secondhand stuff, which she still may know more than we do. Type thing,
Right.
which is
So
why I'm
maybe
just
it's like you can still press. All right, then who's the closest we can contact? Is there anybody from the dragonflies that would be nearby, or
Right.
anyone from the cult?
exactly. See if they can give it even.
Okay.
We also know there was a spy in fucking whatchamacallit, so you could press on
Yeah.
that too.
a spy in what?
We
We had a spy in Galestone at one
Yeah.
point.
Oh
to
yeah,
be like,
yeah,
is
we
there?
did, but we made them run.
But that's the thing though. So what if there's another spy, or
We
you
could
can
ask
press
you.
on? Yeah, they might not know that the spy's not here anymore.
Yeah, be like, is there somebody else here still? Did they? Get
Okay.
this
Yeah, or
guy?
who's the name of that spy that maybe we can get them to come in here?
Okay. Varys is gonna say they hit my head. I don't. We Galestone. Do we have anyone here?
Anyone? Like spies? I don't know. Wasn't in charge of that. Just, I mean,
What about?
we didn't really smuggle to Galestone.
Yeah.
You talking about a Taurus's little grunt? He's not gonna send that thing after us. Not unless he knows where we are.
No,
I think
you're,
that's
you're,
referring
you're
to the
right.
clone.
Yeah, I think so.
doppelganger.
No, you're right. What about? I have a feeling they were laughing earlier about a Taurus. Maybe the worst has happened. What's failsafe, contingency, cult?
Come on, Varys. You know that a Taurus wouldn't die so easily to a bunch of Raph, humans and mortals. He told me one time that he had a place called Evermoon to go to, but I don't know where that is. I mean, it's the name of the elven afterlife. But he came back from a poisoning one time. Just came back a day or two later with a new magic item that stopped poison. But he said he had gone to Evermoon during that time. He's probably still there now, but a Taurus will come back. We are. We'll figure it out, and he'll probably send that doppelganger after us.
Okay. Yeah.
We just have to
can
be
hold
patient.
out.
We have to just trust that a Taurus is going to save us. Aren't central to his plans right now. Can't reveal anything to them.
Ask if you think the cult's
Yes.
gonna retaliate or anything.
What about the demons? Will they?
Or they're devils.
The devils, yeah.
weird coming
But the
from Dan.
devils. Yeah.
I finally remembered.
You did. What about the devils?
Devils.
Theala just kind of grimaces. Probably turned tail the second that they were discovered in the sewers. I don't think that we're going to get much help from them. Not to mention that they seem to be horny for betrayal, so I don't think that we could trust them even if they did come. Never did trust those assholes.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah, and honestly, even that's quite a bit. We probably wouldn't want to press for more questions. She might think that you're suspicious.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, it's Varys is going to just sort of groan and hang his head forward and seem to lose consciousness.
Varys! God damn it, your constitution.
Should I interpret this as a sign to go take him out? be like, gotta revive him again.
No, you have to give it a bit. Stop it. Stop rushing.
I mean, we're scrying on this, so like.
I know.
Yeah, just waiting. I'll give it a minute.
So, Varys is gonna be unconscious for a minute, and then he's gonna shake his head, just like wake up and be like, Theala?
Yeah. Just talking to me.
Yes.
Do you have your
How did
medicine?
I don't. They took everything.
But you need to have your medicine every day, right?
Oh shit.
Make an insight check.
Yeah, I'm gonna make an insight check. I don't know what the fuck she's
Classic.
talking about.
I mean, you're passing out, so maybe it's a good thing. Keep passing out.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass out.
This might be Theala trying to suss it out anyway.
Yeah, you're not sure exactly what, what she's trying to do, if it's like some sort of deception, as you mentioned, or not. But if you pass out, I mean, make a deception check, I suppose.
Yeah.
I almost asked for a performance, but I figured it was a little too late. Okay, you will pass out again. Since you were disguised and you can mimic Varys' voice, I kind of assumed this was made with deception. With advantage on the deception. So
Okay.
I'm gonna say that that's a success. Theala just grimaces and kind of looks around, and then starts kind of shifting in their chair to move over to you. Do you let it happen?
Yes, I do.
Okay. They shift over to you, and they start using their bound hands to try to fiddle around in your pockets and stuff.
Guys, get me out.
Yep.
They're
Okay,
Alright.
let's
they're
open the
observing
door.
they're observing the thing, so they are going to try to make an intelligence check to
All right.
try to
I
determine
drool
it.
on her.
I'll
I mean-
I'll bust in, but they probably have time to do that, so I'll bust in and be like, crap, he's out again.
Make sure they're not touching.
Hey, get away from him!
Can I go over there?
got
Can I go over there and kick one of them?
You can go kick Theala,
I
that's
mean,
fine.
you can.
Don't kick Boom Crash.
I don't know which. I stopped caring which one's which, so
God
That's
damn it.
fair.
it's a coin flip. Let's see.
I'll pick up Varys and just be
Even's
like,
girl.
hey,
They
get
they were explicitly androgynous, and even I have a hard time determining which one's the
Okay,
male.
so I kicked the girl.
Oh, I grabbed the wrong one too.
Get over here! Hey, what are
Wait,
you
not
doing?
you.
Wrong one. Go to sleep. I guess I'm on punches. Boom. Oh wait, no,
No,
you
no,
said
no,
the
no.
girl, right? Okay.
Yeah, the girl.
Yeah.
Well, actually, the Boom Crash is also a girl. Anyway,
Technically, yeah.
The character, yeah. All right.
Mwah.
Yeah, you
Poor
punch
choice
them
of
for
words.
4 damage. Ugh. And
No touching.
they're dragged away to the other side of the room by you guys. You check their bonds and you reset their gag.
I want to try and talk to Theala.
Oh,
Hey.
yeah, that's fine.
Hey,
Ugh.
nobody's coming for you. The only way you're getting out of here is if you agree to help us out with pinning this on your boss. But otherwise, you know,
We'll
you'll be here for a
see.
while. Okay. I guess we'll have to deal with your brother. I have no idea why he keeps passing out like this, and I'm starting to lift up Boom Crash. Wonder how long it'll last. We keep on having to giving him a cure, wounds or something, but you know, he still has to be bound and everything.
Make a
Does she respond
deception
to that
check.
at all? Okay.
Fucking rude.
I could kick both of them if you like.
Oh, did it not go through?
It didn't yet. It's probably loading.
There it goes.
Yeah, there it goes.
Ah.
Wow, I got a 12 with a 1. God damn it.
Do you want to do inspiration?
I feel like, nah. I feel like there might be issues where we have to convince other people of shit.
Okay.
Fair.
They're gonna try an insight.
Jesus
Natural
Christ. See, even if I rerolled, I don't know. I'd have to roll really well.
Wait. Something weird is going on. I was lying about Varys's condition. How do you know about Varys?
I'm gonna
Varys,
go.
our
I'm gonna go
childhood
back in.
toy. What was it?
I'm gonna shut up and like you're being noisy. I gotta smack her again.
I am passed out and I am drooling.
I don't think
smack
you're
her
gonna get to
again.
him.
Commit to the bit.
They take 10 damage.
Maybe that's actually why he keeps passing out. Mom, stop beating up the prisoners so much, including Varys, and I'm gonna just drag him out of the room.
A Taurus will find you. He'll find you and he'll kill you all.
Remember, if you cooperate, there might be a future for you.
There is a future for us and all of Allure underneath the elves' heel. Cur.
Racist. I just drag Varys
Racist! Alright, you drag out Varys.
out. Yeah.
Extraction! Right, you drag out Varys. Theala is left bound and now regagged.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and then I go back and regag her.
Did you find out anything? Grovel has been, like, attending the scenes, because he's rather worried that there's a prisoner in his keep.
Only that Evermoon might be where Taurus went, wherever that is.
He might be able to come back. There is some sort of death failsafe in the case that someone dies.
Mm-hmm.
So he might come back in a couple of days, which is a pain in the ass, but it gives us 2 days to get moving and start making moves.
Also, considering Varys might be somewhere else too, that's
Yes.
the whole thing.
If Varys went to
Yeah.
the same place, then that means that he might be coming back soon too, and we'll probably be looking for Theala.
Ah, shit. We might have to get one of the mages to start casting non-detection on the area because one of them might start trying to message her.
That's fine.
True.
I can get some of, I think Herschel can do that. Can he? Dunno. I'm looking.
Well, you could. Is he? What is he? If he's a wizard, Boomcast could just share the spell.
Yeah, he can cast at least up to 3rd level spells. So it might be complicated, but he could try and learn. If you give them the non-detection wand, they can definitely, like, guarantee it. You just keep the non-detection wand, like, here for the time being.
That might be the best for now, while
Yeah,
also
just
teaching
just
him.
cast it at every breakfast type of deal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine. Grovel gets a rotating guard on Theala, because he doesn't
That-
trust them being there, and Brienne can't be the guard forever.
Yeah. And especially since both wizards are her allies, we don't want them coming up with a plan.
Yeah. We got
Okay,
some
cool.
dwarves in there. Theala is kept in the basement. And, you guys have what information you have. So, let's go. The next day, news starts getting around. You're in constant contact with, like, sending stones using your contacts in Allure. Richie Dallas, has kind of fled, but you do have some other smaller contacts. Clearthorn has gone back to Allure to try to keep an eye on things. And from what you've heard, Gate Market has burned to the ground, causing, like, untold damages to high-end merchants who honestly were just kind of, like, in the crossfire. Like, they're not the ones who started the war or anything, they're just kind of reaping from the war.
The petite bourgeoisie.
Yeah, it's like the
The
bourgeoisie,
Star
but it's like
harmed.
the wrong people. It's
Yeah,
like
we don't give
throwing
a shit
tomato
about-
soup on, like, Van Gogh's painting or something. Like, it's not
Chris.
actually going to do anything.
Oh, we don't give a shit about the merchants there. What I care about is this: the turkey leg vendor. Is he fine?
Were they in the Gate Market?
I believe so. Like they were like,
The entire Gate Market is burned to the ground. It's closed. There's no
okay,
merchants there.
okay, no
Rip.
more turkey legs.
Okay, I know how to get them on our side. We need to basically promise wealth sharing again. All right.
We need to find a senator to contact.
Furthermore, after the riots took place, the Undercroft has become, like, sort of cordoned off, basically by bands of adventurers and the downtrodden, and they've kind of created a barricade and made sort of we call it like an autonomous zone, like in the Undercroft. The Leaf Crown are being kept out, and adventurers, like high-level adventurers, are like helping hold this line. It's become a standoff of sorts.
Hey,
So that's what's
my
going on in
zone.
Allure.
Well, you're here and not there, so they're higher level adventurers.
Well, we're also higher level adventurers.
Yeah, there's not much more higher level adventurers than you. By high level, I mean like 10th level or so.
You're still there, and we're not there.
I really do think that we should contact Claricia, the Leaf Crown Local Affairs Senator. I think she's our best bet.
Yeah, we need to divide. I think, if anything, we might need to divide our labor a tiny bit, because we need to get in touch with the Leaf Crown and we need to get in touch with the Autonomous Zone to make things smooth over, and hopefully the proletariat guys there.
Sure. Do you guys want
Brienne
to
and I
do
can take care of that.
like any what's it called? Reconnaissance on this day to try to figure out who's who in the remaining quote unquote safe senators? Because you know who you shouldn't give it to. Just know and you also know what Aetorus has on these people. I can also bring you to Allure now at the expense of just.
Yeah, that might be better for. Yeah. So it takes about a day to get there because we don't necessarily want to use a teleportation circle to get there at the moment, of course, right?
Yeah.
No.
It's
Arcane
probably
College
not the
exists.
best.
Was Boom Crash able to copy the whole thing in a day, or do we need more days to do that?
It's going to take a few more days to do that.
Could we have other people copy the rest of the things? Because I don't know if we might have to split the party just for a moment to talk to peeps. Would it make sense to hand over it to somebody else, or just because Boom Crash is good at forgery that we're having her do that?
Well,
I mean,
Crash
I
has
have
a
expert
feature.
forgery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that's why, if we had another Kenku, different story, but we don't right now.
Okay.
Yeah. There's only one other Kinku that we saw. That was a new
Sandfeather.
dawn. Yeah.
That was a new dawn. Because yes, Mal, you have a point to heading over to the Adventurers Guild to just basically say we're trying to broker some sort of end to this so that there's stability again. And I could try and go to the Leaf Crown, but I'm not sure if that's the best. But yeah, because otherwise I don't know who else could
What's
go
the
there.
worst that can happen? You'll just die. I can bring you back.
So maybe me and Amon go talk to the Leaf Crown. You and Priyan go talk to the
Actually,
proletariat.
no, don't send me because I've been arrested by them before.
Yeah, but you just said you could bring me back.
I don't want you to bring you. Anyway, okay, let's go.
Oh my god.
So
Let's go over there.
I've put up all of the senators and their tokens or whatever around the Senate. I've set fire to the things that have been set fire, although the fires are not burning. They're kind of died
Just
down.
representative destruction.
Yeah, there's also some destruction near the Bright Way, near the Leaf Crown's Acanthus stronghold.
Kind of makes
Looks
sense.
like there was a bit of a riot there as well, but it didn't reach into the Patriciate Ward. So it's not as controversial as the Gate Market going down, because the Gate Market affected a lot of people's families, not just the proletariat, or the Patriciate.
Yeah. So, question. We don't know where the senators currently are, of course, right? At the moment?
No, but, I mean, you could find out.
Yeah, I think that's the best thing to do right now, is try to specifically look for the, what's his name? Claricia, and look for, Vaseline. Vaseline?
Vaseline.
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 It's these two boyos.
Vaseline if Earl Ray?
Ifilray. They are an
Really?
elf.
Of course they are.
Yeah. You can tell by the
Okay.
number of apostrophes.
So, are we gonna say Mao's gonna go look for Vaseline, and I'm gonna go look for Claricia?
And then I guess Priyan's gonna go talk to the Undercroft, since she's got good standing with them.
Yeah.
Good standing with the people.
Okay. You can bring... There she is.
I have a flying carpet. She can hang out with me on the flying carpet when we go there.
She has her own
Oh my
flying carpet.
god.
Oh, she does. Well, then we can just be
You're
buds
gonna
next to each
show her
other.
a whole new world.
No, you
already
already did that.
Just going on a little date.
We're just flying next to each other.
This
No
is
big
the
deal.
worst date ever. It's like half the city's burned. It's like sightseeing. Isn't this great?
Ah, burning. Fire.
I definitely want to go talk to the senators. That's what I really want to do.
Sure.
But you need time for copying, though.
Yeah, that's the only issue.
That's like the one little hiccup. It's like,
How much do we have copied so far?
I'm gonna say one of the books has been copied in
Okay.
8-hour period of work.
That would probably be the most recent one then, right?
Yeah. If you're going back that recent.
Well, it would be the most recent so that we can attach
Yeah.
most of the crimes to these peeps.
Yep.
So that would
So-
probably be-
Yeah, and we can do like history and everything later. So the most recent one, bring the copy, leave the original and the other two at Galestone, and say, hey, okay, let's go.
All right, so
'Cause
me
I
and
really want
Amon.
to talk to a senator.
Okay, me and Amon go to Clarissa. You guys can go deal with the proletariat. That sound fine?
But I want to talk to the senator.
Oh,
Yeah, you
yeah,
go
they're
talk to the
both
senator.
they're both
and I do some
senators.
spying.
Okay.
You want to talk to all of them? Are you being greedy? Is that what the deal is?
Yes.
I
I
think
just
that-
want to. I want to nail a Taurus's balls to the wall.
I get it, but I think at the moment we need to locate at least enough senators to have a sway of some variety. Because that's the first step is locating. So which one would you rather look for? Which group would you rather be part of? The one that's looking for Clarissa or the one that's looking for Basilan?
Clarissa.
Okay, so you're coming with me, Amon. You want to go with Mal then? Or do we want to just have
Yes. Well, we can
Okay.
be scary together.
Mal? Okay, yeah, that's fine. Amon go. Yeah, that makes more sense. Amon, go with Mal. I'll go with Boom Crash. There we go.
I don't
And
knock on
Brienne's
front
going
doors.
to the Undercity. And,
Yeah.
hold on. You guys were going after Vassalon?
Remember, I knocked
So-
harder on arm damage.
Yeah. We're gonna try and talk to the Law and Order-ish group.
Okay. You'll go to which group? Sorry.
Fuck off.
I had it, so I had to. Okay, I'm
I
gonna
respect
have
that.
I'm gonna have one person from each team do a investigation check. You can be assisted by your helper.
I think he might be better than me, Amon. So,
What's your?
It's intelligence based.
yeah.
Oh no, my intelligence is like 8.
I
Oh,
think you technically have it better because you at least have proficiency, right?
not with investigation. But I can roll.
Okay, well at least you have advantage.
Yeah, with help.
Boom Crash, what's your investigation by the way? Mine's 7.
You definitely have a bigger plus.
Okay, I'll do investigation for myself then. But let me roll. Good luck, good luck, good luck. Oh, you did pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
did pretty good. We
Cool.
did pretty
Did pretty
good,
good.
guys.
Okay. It wasn't hard to find out like where their offices are. They did find out that they are under high guard, and they're not currently seeing anybody, with the exception of Vassalin. Vassalin is actually seeing people from like the proletariat. They're trying to hear their concerns, and they seem actively like concerned with those concerns. So there's like a large group of people outside of their like offices in the Senate. They are both residing in the Senate because that is where they work during the day.
Oh, so we passed by each other as we're like, oh, hey guys.
I will also tell you that in your investigations, you have learned that the city of Allure, over time, but it has kind of been galvanized by the insurrection, it's sort of divided into two factions now. In and amongst the other factions that were already present, which were like the official factions, now there's kind of two parties. There's the Idolists, spelled Eidolist, who are literally rallying behind Eidolon Groves and Galestone. They have projected
Uh-oh.
I know.
they have projected basically their desires behind the efforts of Galestone helping the insurrection, even though they tried to do so covertly and whatnot.
We became an urban legend.
Kind of. They know that Zumasu was the person that like left the military, went and claimed a new kingdom that has grown supremely popular, and now the Leaf Crown is just mad at them for what they see as rightly opposing the state.
How do you feel becoming Moses?
Becoming
Messiah!
a liberalist.
Messiah! I'm
Well,
not the
technically,
Messiah!
my people are all dead, so that's different.
Boom Crash pulls Zumasu in. He's not the Messiah! He's a very naughty boy! The Idolists are against the war. They're calling for Allure to pull out of the war and take the L, basically. They're also against magic. They're calling for checks and balances on the power of the Arcane Seat, who currently kind of makes all the decisions here. They're also pro-religion. They kind of latched onto the fact that Zumasu used to be in the Church of Hieronius, and they want the Church of Hieronius to have more power and bring justice to the Arcane Seat and the corrupt government. They see the dissolution of the Grey Guard as an attack, essentially, on that balance. The other group is the Arcanans. They're rallying behind the Arcane Seat and the Council of Moons, who've kind of like gone with each other for strange reasons.
Why would the druids side with the arcanes?
Well, because the Council of Moons are all the elven gods,
God damn it.
and they are showing support for the Arcane Seat. They're pro-war. They think that the Ersatz Army Initiative, the robots, are going to solve the war and prevent their people from dying in it, and they want the naysayers to stop naysaying so that they can get on with this war and use their solution to, like, end it. They're also pro-magic, they're for the Arcane Seat, and they believe that putting checks on them would stunt progress. They see the addition of all these robotic soldiers as progress, and they point to everything in the city that's improved since Arcane Seat's been doing stuff. They're also anti-religion. They think it's illogical, and it's the tool of the Nerdonians, who are the enemy.
Magic users claiming things to be illogical. Hilarious.
But from what you can tell from both of your investigations that were pretty high, they both seem to basically be kind of the same in that they're both very afraid of the current political, economic, social, and military climate.
So, to
I'll
be
put this in
clear,
the chat.
yes, I was going to say, I need the spelling of the guys again.
I
Idless.
wrote it down too in notes.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh.
But I want to see the spelling.
Hold on, I'll try and
Spelling's
put it.
important. I will definitely alter spelling.
I lost the bullet points when I... Shit.
So we have methods to sway both of them.
I guess?
Kind of. Now we
They're
need to
both
see.
just scared.
Yeah. Fortunately, the
As
Arcanist
they
kind of
should be.
is going to be harder because a lot of their shit is a little against what we're trying to do. But
Oh yeah, fail safe.
Yeah.
None of this works. Send them on at them. Death scares everybody.
well,
Am I
mean-
your attack dog?
Yes.
the angle there is to just make it be like there's bigger threats out there. We need the soldiers to attack the cult instead, essentially.
This is
Okay.
turning very Watchmen.
Sorry.
That's fine.
Anywho, these two groups have arisen, and many of the Idolists are trying to appeal to Vasselin to try to sway the entire Senate, but they're finding that difficult. Now, Amon, you find the easiest time talking to your senator, so I'll have you able to reach them. There's a crowd of people outside, and the Leaf Crown is there, begrudgingly. They're, trying to keep people in an orderly line as they speak to Vasselin and seek audiences with him, but there is a long line. You'll probably need to muscle your way to the front, which you can probably easily do with your skills of intimidating people. And you muscle your way into the front of the line, and I guess, do you just enter?
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna be intimidating, we can go all the way. Or, Mao can infiltrate by herself.
I mean, I could just sneak in if you're just gonna be talking to him anyway.
Well, is there like how do you want to approach this type of deal?
Do you
feel
want
comfortable-
them on there, or do you want to sneak in by yourself, essentially?
They're
Yeah.
literally letting people in,
Yeah,
and you
we should
muscle your
just-
way to the front of the line. I'm just asking if you, because I don't know what players are gonna do.
At this point, I think it's just muscling our way to the front just to make kind of a ruckus, and it'll give us more.
Go into his
Um,
fucking office.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Just rush it.
Okay.
Don't care about anybody else there. Bring all the information with us.
You rush in. Hello? You. What is your grievance as well? Sorry, I wasn't expecting, people looking like you showing up. That wasn't offense, you were just very intimidating.
No, we don't have grievance. We have information.
What do you mean?
We have information regarding the various involvement perpetrated by Atorus and his ilk.
What's the name of the senator, by the way?
Vaseline? Vaseline?
Yes.
If you're being
The fact-
stupid
fact-
silly.
The fact that you're not hiding away like a coward seems to indicate that you seem to seek an altruistic approach to all this, and I offer you information to better arrive at that goal.
Well, you're very to the point. I do believe that this can be resolved, but it's going to need... Well, if you have information that can help, certainly I'll hear it. I've been hearing lots of people today, lots of angry people, lots of Adalists that want me to do something about the arcane seat. But I only have limited power, I am but one person. Let me hear your information.
Okay, Mao, why don't you take over?
Corruption in the arcane seat.
We have information on a Taurus and how he's been swaying most of the arcane seat.
A Taurus, the one who was running for senator?
Correct.
What?
The one who has also bribed many people within the Senate, including a few of your close, I guess, friends to some degree. I forget. Are you
Azaki,
pro-
Varys,
Yeah.
Casmut, and Heklina.
Hesselina?
Hesselina?
Hesselina.
I can put
yeah.
marks on them. I'll put green marks on them to show that they are compromised.
Dragonflies.
Just say you discovered a conspiracy to try and control Allure.
Well, to go with that. So I wanted insight, like, are they aware of maybe this, or are they not? We know that they're kind of friendly.
They
Fair
seem taken aback. They seem kind of concerned, and they tense up. Though their elven heritage is kind of giving them an air of... but you can
Can I
see
notice
that
this?
visibly.
Okay.
Yeah. You have enough insight to just notice that.
I'm
Are
sure
you-
you've received an offer before from those ilk.
Or have taken one by the way that your body gesture just changed.
I have not taken anything from a Taurus. This is a very serious accusation.
One with proof. We can provide it.
He kind of darts eyes to both of you.
Are we alone in the
Can
room?
you
Is there
leave
anybody
us?
else here?
He shouts to the guards at the doorway. They kind of look at each other and shrug, close the door. Please, what information do you have to prove this? This is very serious. My fellow senators, I'd be hard to believe that they could be compromised so. They are so formal, and not much can reach them. But a Taurus does have a lot of money, so...
Look, you look like you're scared, but also we're not just common folk. We don't look like your everyday citizen of Allure, do we?
There are many people in Allure, but I can vouch that you are not half-elves. So there's that.
Thanks. I'm sure the red hair, red horns and everything didn't give that away. We've confiscated information directly from a Taurus's hideout. Probably many of the rumors that you may have heard of, like small gangs and thugs, the Vintners Guild kind of like keeping him afloat with all the Underdark kind of stuff. Yeah, we got shit. So how do we know we can trust you to actually look at it?
Also, we're in process of getting ready to distribute the information to make it public. But
You're
we
going to
figured
distribute this information.
the public has the right to know, do they not?
I believe that it should be turned in to the authorities, and probably me, if anything. But
Yes,
what it
we've
sounds
learned
like-
that the authorities are corrupt, so that's why I'm asking, how can we trust you?
I trust you. If you said that you just got this from the source, am I to understand that you were behind the bombing at a Taurus's penthouse last night?
No, but we know who was.
Make a deception check. You absolutely were behind this.
I fucking know. I don't want to implicate myself. What are you talking about? Chris.
I hope the dice are nice. I mean, you have high deception. You got high
Oh yeah,
deception.
no, I have high deception.
2 sub-10s that became a 10, including 1-1. But
God damn.
regardless, you still roll pretty high thanks to your reliable talent. You're so used to lying that he is inclined to at least not suspect you, or not confirm any suspicions of his.
That's not the lie he's paying attention to.
I encourage you to please bring this forward to me. I can set it forth to the Senate after reviewing it myself. If
I mean,
wish,
we do
you
have
can give it to
copies.
the authorities, and they can distribute it as well. as needs be. People right now are very scared, and if you reveal that there is some sort of conspiracy in the government, it's going to be more than just the Undercroft declaring independence and the Gate District burning to the ground to worry about. All of Elore could be at risk. The government could be at risk, and the sanctity of this republic could be at risk.
Just gonna like put both hands on the desk and kind of lean in and just be like, revolution's not clean and it's not pretty.
Is that
I don't
a
think you.
threat?
No. This is simply a fact. So we have information. We have copies of this information. If we give you information to pass around to the people, you could easily remove the truth. Give them some omitted garbage. To protect the people, of course. I don't know how I feel about that. We can... In good faith, I think we should probably still give it to her. What do you think, Amon? Yeah? But maybe keep an eye on her?
On her? I thought it was a dude.
It is a dude.
You could
Well,
always let
sorry.
them look over it and then say we can bring you a copy later.
Or we have copies, but I don't think we took anything.
You
with
have,
us.
we have a singular copy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by you could have them look over it, but take it back type thing for the moment and say we'd take more later.
Or maybe just take a copy of some of the more fascinating pages, now that you've
Yeah.
leafed through it.
Yeah. And copy down that information too is doable.
So we can deliver that information.
Yeah. Just produce the thing, say copy this down and show them it.
Yeah.
I know that a rebellion is messy, but it is my job to maintain a sense of order in this fair city. We're at war. Elore was to fall into disarray, more so than it already has. We could fall, and Elore could be no more. I'm sure that you understand that this needs to be taken delicately and reviewed. Can't just distribute conspiracy theory while these people are so susceptible to it.
I mean, they already think that devils are running around outside, so
Yes, I've read the funny papers that are going around lately.
yeah, just keep telling yourself that. That one's also real,
Uh,
but that's a different day.
That's not exactly funny paper stuff, but
Well, it's not an official news source. I trust respected news sources.
look. I'm not gonna comment on it, but let's just say the things that in order to acquire it has gone through planar security.
Just
And-
who are you, by the way?
I'm just a stranger going through, caught in this mess, perpetrated by this idiot and her friends. I gotta point him now.
I just like hand up in the air, like, excuse me. That's all I say. Just excuse me. Anywho, where do you want us to drop off this information? You obviously don't want anybody to know about it, because you would like to search through it.
You can drop it off at my office. My business hours are posted on the door. If you want to
There
give
you
it
go.
to the Leaf Crown, that is your prerogative. They will know what to do with it as well, but I would advise bringing it to their higher-ups, not just any old guard.
I think we'll hand it to you first, and then you can assume whether or not it should go to the Leaf Crown. There may be implicating information on it that would say otherwise, that they are not a, unbribable branch.
Whatever you think is right. I just implore you not to distribute it without thinking.
Do you guys even have the ledger, or does Boom Crash
No.
have the ledger?
No, you have the ledger. We don't have anything. That's why I'd
Yeah.
be dropping it off.
You're-
No.
You're literally like saying, we have information, just, not on us.
Yeah, I know.
We'll put it in the
So-
papers tomorrow.
We're just talking shit.
Yeah.
Basically.
Scaring him, I guess. So at this point, it's like, fine. It'll be dropped off soon.
Yeah, at
We'll
least
take our leave.
his character seems at least like righteous enough.
Yeah.
Seems earnest.
Ish.
I like him.
Worst case, we can come back and us two can come back and talk to him as well. But at least you gotta.
Make sure to
his
apologize
character.
for our behavior because
That's
we're very
fair.
rude to him.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, C talking about Amon in the third person. Yeah, we were kind of dicks to them. Please apologize for us.
I love it.
But yeah, Vassalon seems like at least their heart's in the right place, but they seem a little more detached than the average citizen. But they don't seem to swing so heavily as an idolist. They're just kind of trying to speak for the people.
I think the good thing is that they're questioning it. They're not taking it right away. So, and that's just a good indicator to know that they're at least trying to think about a greater scheme of things. Although that means that they might take a little bit longer to get shit done. That's all.
I mean, it's mostly we just need senators on our
Deliberate is fine.
Yeah. All right. So we'll take our leave. I'm not gonna curtsy or bow or whatever. Just
You're not gonna reveal who you guys are?
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
Gave the opportunity. I'll put a pink thing on them to show that they've been talked to.
Because you could say we have sway with idolists since you're from the Eidolon Groves, that's why.
An assassin does not mention who they are. That is not a good thing. That's the reason why you're like,
you're the Jesus. She is not.
No,
You're the
Judas.
Judith.
I mean, they do. She literally has a devil contract she accidentally made, so we don't know how that's going to shape up.
Yeah, but she's the one with the Lady Gaga theme song, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, Boomcrash and Zamosu, you guys are looking for Claricia. She's not taking any visitors at this moment. She is in her office, presumably at the Senate. From the information that you've gathered, she seems to be what's in the know as an Arcanan. With the local authorities, she's actually pro robots, pro like arcane seat and all that.
So we gotta go for what's best for a Lore type scenario.
Yeah, she largely votes along the lines of a Taurus, even though she isn't being bribed by him or anything.
Important question. Is she's part of the Leaf Crown, is she a Hieronius follower?
Not necessarily. She's more of a she's not in the Council of Moons, but neither is she from the Church of Hieronius. The Church of Hieronius is distinct from the Leaf Crown.
Okay, but I knew there was a little bit. I thought there was a little overlap.
A little in the Acanthus branch, because that's the Paladins.
Okay. Was there any way?
Maybe we don't want to talk to her.
I still say it's worth it. The question is, since we can't get an audience with her easily, right? So do you want to go stealthy or do you want to go loud? Because we both can do invisibility shenanigans, and we both have teleports abilities, so sneaking in isn't out of the question.
I don't want to... I dislike that she doesn't want to be disturbed, but I think we gotta...
Exactly.
So I guess walk up to our office and talk to the guards and say that we have a
way to end the riots.
A way to end the riots and urgent news from a Taurus.
You guys disguised.
Yes, I'm looking like spent.
Okay, are you disguised with magic?
Man.
Oh fuck, yes we were.
There is a magic cleansing zone at the front of the Senate.
Yes. We're gonna have to go in.
I have a disguise kit.
Yeah, so do I.
Powdering my beak.
Okay, so we remember this, go back into an alley. I put on makeup so I don't have the green skin, I put on a wig.
Sure. Use your disguise kits. This will be a dexterity check.
Fug.
It's the disguise kit. You can add your proficiency if you're proficient with those.
I don't think... Are you proficient, Boomcrash? Can you maybe disguise me?
Yeah, I am. So I do okay on myself, and...
Ooh.
The scales, everything keeps sliding off of them.
I look like I just have powdered nose, but it's
you
still
have
scaling.
Horrible complexion. Just really awful.
He looks
I thought I was
sick.
pale before. Just looks sick, god damn it.
You're
Yeah.
fine.
It's a little green underneath the fair skin color that you've given them.
Okay, sure, let's go
And
with
with
this.
the white hair, oh man.
I look sick.
Okay, Zumaso, I'm going to give you disadvantage on performance checks
To get in, okay.
to try to get in. So I'm going to... Boomcrash is fine, but Zumaso, I will have you make a performance check at a disadvantage to try to fool the guards with this disguise.
Oh, weird things. Do we have our familiars back?
Yeah, you had 8 hours. You can do whatever you want.
But
Yeah,
I
but
think
it's
our
gonna pop.
familiars pop
They would, yeah.
at the entrance of this, so
Mhm.
that's not.
Oh,
Let's just go into
They
the
won't.
office.
They won't if they're in a extra dimensional space.
can't we just resummon them inside the office?
Good.
Yeah, so we'll just do that instead. Okay, so let's do this performance then.
Okay,
Good luck.
I'll do my best.
I'm the one who needs it.
I know.
That's not bad.
It's
I'm
not
sad
bad
it was.
at disadvantage, but
I'm happy. I'm happy it was more than a 10.
okay. I'm gonna say that still succeeds. You, the guards do question it a bit, but you manage to lie your way in and take the part of a sickly old person with your white hair and whatnot, and they kind of avoid you, but they do
I've
have
seen
their
things,
eye on
that's
you.
why.
Um,
I've seen things. I'm not in the best of health because of what we discovered.
with their eyes on you, it'll be harder to summon your familiars again now that you're beyond, but they do let you in.
I'll just do it when
We
we're in the
just need to
office.
talk to this woman, okay? We don't need to be all hands on deck.
Yeah.
Okay, you make your way to Claricia's office. There are guards posted outside. You're down the hallway from them.
I guess we just say that what we said at the front. We're here with information on how to end the riots and incriminating evidence against a Taurus.
No, we have news of a Taurus.
Okay, that works
We're
too.
keeping it very vague.
All right,
She's pro a Taurus.
that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's an arcanist.
Yeah, that's
Um,
fair.
Arcanan, rather. Arcanist is a...
Class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, guys, say this, and I'm gonna have you make a persuasion check. It's not totally untrue.
How big is yours? Because yours is pretty big too, right?
Yeah, you both are the charisma children of this Edelon Groves.
I think mine's 11. What's yours?
12.
You can go. I'll give you help. I'll back you up with whatever you say.
That's fine. Okay.
Okay.
Wow, you guys are rolling pretty low sometimes.
You rolled a 4, but we'll see.
All right. The guards are reluctant to let you in, but they do eventually relent. They say that they'll let you in, but they will be escorting you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay. They open the door and announce your presence. There's two people here that say they have information on the riots and a Taurus. Miss Ophandris. She looks up from her work. And to end the riots? What does that mean?
Senator, and she bows and
bow
takes
too.
out the ledger copy and offers it to her. I think the information in this ledger will be of great interest to you. It's evidence of a rather enormous sort. Be careful who you trust with it.
Is this some sort of conspiracy theory?
It
This
is
is why I'm not taking
legitimately-
visitors today. Please, guards, escort them out.
Hold on a moment. You are trying to end the riots, right? The fastest way to get order is to have somebody to blame. And when there's a legit person to blame, that'll make it faster. I think you should take a look at the notes.
Persuasion check.
Sweet.
Good persuasion.
That's good.
Really? I'll use my inspiration now.
Yeah,
That's why I was
fair.
saving it.
That's fair. Everybody starts with it.
Seriously?
Jesus.
The story
Fine.
wants what it wants.
Goodness.
I'm gonna have to maybe do a little smushy. Okay, what's next?
Little smooshy? What does that mean?
All right, palms your hammer.
Her guards, I'm guessing, aren't too strong, is what I'm implying if things get bad. But let's see what happens.
Listen, the senators are doing everything in their power to stop the riots without bowing to conspiracy theories and all the like. If you're saying that a Taurus is behind all of this, I find that hard to believe. It's the rioters' choice to riot. I don't think that I'm interested in whatever you're selling.
Okay, very well. Thank you for your time.
Really?
And
I've not given up yet.
good luck. Oh, Boom Crash looks at Zumasu and telepathically says, fuck cops. This isn't going to do anything. Let's go to the proletariat, dude.
I'm not. I'm. If I have to hold her hostage, I will. At this point,
She's the senator that's
I
in
know.
charge of the local police.
I know. I'm willing to go
And he
there. I'm
was
telling
the
this to Boom
police.
Crash. We can hold the door for a few minutes if you want.
Okay, let's not go to violence first. Okay, what about a proof of a bribe and history to two of the arcane seat senators, as well as Azaki Arisius?
Now you're blaming the arcane seat. You know that I'm in charge of these robots that are walking around, the Ersatz
I know.
initiative.
And this is why we wanted to bring this to you, because you had not been swayed or tainted. You mean well. You believe in order and justice and goodness. What is happening, the motives behind these actions, are not just and good.
Make a new persuasion check, Crash. This is probably the
There you
last
go.
chance. Oh, it's 30.
That's a lot better.
Look at all those red ones in there, and how
I
high they
know.
are.
Oh my god.
Anyway, Boom Crash, as you kind of invoke their morality a bit, they kind of start to feel a little uncomfortable. I believe that I'm doing what's right for this city, and if that means that we need more Ersatz people to put people in line, then that's what it is. If you are claiming to have evidence, be specific about it. I'm not going to read an entire ledger, especially if it's supposedly some conspiracy.
I'll walk
These
over
are
and...
Atorus's personal notes. These are his ledgers of finances. 50,000 gold pieces each year to Senator Cosmot, 20,000 to Varys.
I'll flip over to the pages as Boom Crash is describing it.
What?
Pessalina, incriminating evidence of this arcane seat senator's funneling money to a secret lover and blackmail.
But his finances are public. All consuls and
most
senators are.
Most damning about the concern of this whole will to start with, and I start showing the thing about the revenue with the vintners distributing money to the enemies as well.
Arms dealing?
Arms dealing to the enemy. There might, knowing a Taurus, there might have been some reason behind it other than just profiteering, but in what situation would that be in the interest of Allure?
The money that paid for these robotic soldiers came from arms dealing on both sides of the war effort, perpetuating suffering.
This doesn't look good.
This is only one ledger. There are more.
Only first decade.
Finances are meant to be public. Where would you have found this?
I'm gonna drop my disguise. To bring some trust, I'm going to reveal who I am, as shitty as my disguise might have seemed, and I kind of wipe off the thing. We
went into a vintner's warehouse and found these.
I might not be a Grey Guard officially anymore, but my duty has always been to root out the truth.
You hear the shing of metal behind you. Senator Othandris. They just admitted to a crime, did they not? We should arrest them. And she looks at Zumasu after, squinting a bit. Zumasu, Serpent Helm?
The Grey Guard's duty is to root out corruption, and this was the way to figure out who was corrupt.
I'll have you make a new persuasion check. I normally wouldn't have, but now that you've revealed that you're a different person.
Okay. Oh, please, dice, don't be shitty. Okay, that's pretty good.
It is pretty good. She brings her hand up. Stay your hand, guards. This evidence could bring new things to light. I believe it was a Taurus that convinced us to turn against Galestone. You've risked everything coming here. And as a fellow soldier, well, a fellow member of the Leaf Crown, lines to at least hear you out. You say you got this from some illicit lair. There's plenty of information here.
The lair itself isn't necessarily fully emptied out either. The sewage system is, of course, open to a lot of things, but the vintners were operating there. Taurus's close ties made it a great safe house, which through art networks we were able to discover the whereabouts of this book, his logbooks, his dealings. But in more unfortunate news, he was also in cahoots with the devil cult, which, if you probably heard from the tabloids, is actually a real threat. Enough so that a Taurus was scared that it is outside the boundaries of Eloria and within striking distance. And if anything else, this war is distracting from that threat. Furthermore,
I'm inclined to believe that a Taurus is a corrupt man. I will draw the line at devil practices. We would know if there was something such happening in Eloria.
Boom Crash looks at Zumasu and is like, make it digestible. Let's focus on a Taurus and bring down that domino. Let's focus on that. Devils are our problem.
Devils are the whole city's problems. The only reason I bring it up. The war itself, if you
have
believe...
Dan, have you watched Stranger Things?
Yeah.
Remember the whole thing with watering down the vodka in order to make it more easier to go down?
I'm not going to mention the Jaguar, but I'm doing this because we need to convince them to bring back the soldiers.
She's all for the soldiers.
I want her to move the soldiers to the devils. That's why. I'm basically painting an enemy for the riots to end, and I'm painting an enemy for the war to change directions. That's what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
It's like blaming everything on Russia type thing.
You could always blame it on just like Connacht being like, oh, they're going to be outside, because obviously devils aren't doing it. You say that there's maybe an attack, or you hear of an attack if she's not trusting you to.
Well, can I make an insight at that point? I'm gonna guess she probably doesn't believe in the devils at all, right?
She's explicitly said she's drawing the line at that.
So, I really wouldn't press it, because it calls all of the other evidence into question.
Yeah, I'll just say this then. If you raid the stink house, you'll see evidence of him being in cahoots with other places. We know the location, how to access other organizations that will be a threat to Eloria as well. For now, you can focus on the logbooks, which will reveal a lot about his plans and machinations.
And Senator, ma'am, if I may offer some caution, beware of anyone who has a dragonfly brooch.
Produce a dragonfly brooch. We ran into some of his guards carrying this explicitly.
I'll bring this to the Leaf Crown. See if we can build a case. A Taurus was attacked yesterday. Their penthouse was destroyed. I think he's downstairs right now. I won't bring this to his attention until we have a mound of evidence.
Okay. And the other ledgers, may we bring them to you later?
More of this.
Yes.
This is just the first decade. There's 2 more going back further.
A Taurus has been in business, and she puts emphasis on business, for well over a century. He's a very skilled criminal. He's been at this for a while. He pinned it all on a flock of Kenku, even about 130 years ago.
I'll have to review it. He wasn't in politics that long ago. I remember. I was there. But
so was I.
Well,
thank you, ma'am, for your time.
She's kind of incredulous at you being there, but either way, she chuckles and you leave, and the guards kind of look at her like, what are we doing? Like, are we arresting these people? Let them go. I'll cover anything that happens. This is far more important. And furthermore, you must not tell anyone, she mentions to the guards.
We understand a little bit now of how the city side was separating. We're going to try and sway as much as we can of the idolist factions to come to a peaceful agreement, but we need work from both sides to reach that end. Since you know who we are, you know we might have a little bit of sway in that regard. We hope that you can aid us in this.
I hope so. I think that might be able to put an end to these riots and help defend Allure.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, you guys
Um,
leave.
Okay.
Uh,
And if we
Sending
walk
Stone
by
now.
Gavrak's office, I would love to talk to him too.
Yeah.
sure.
I assume we sending Stone and talk. Just be like, hey, what'd you guys say?
Yeah, you and Amon and Mao and whatnot, you exchange what you guys had said to each other once you're both out, and you can meet up inside of the Senate.
It's hard to prove that we have information when we're not carrying it with us.
Yeah, I assume you gave them only a few pages and we copied the extra pages, right?
No, we don't have anything.
No, this is
Boomcraft
to
No.
Boom Crash.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I gave her the full copied ledger.
Oh.
Can we also say that we made copies of some particularly salacious pages, at least, so we have more to offer?
Sure. We can say that you copied like 1 or 2 damning pages.
Okay. So,
At least the senators and their
Yeah.
That should be enough.
yeah, their yearly bribes. 'Cause they both
Yeah.
happen to be on the same page.
yep.
Yeah, that'd just be like copying at the same time we're revealing it type thing. Okay.
So
Let's go
then we
visit.
could go ahead and grab that and then bring that back to Vaseline.
I thought we were coming along too.
Yeah, let's go
Okay.
to Vaseline then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go back to Vaseline. And now that you're all together, you return to Vaseline's office. There's still plenty of people. You muscle your way to the front again. This
Get out
time,
of the way, short
Is-
stuff.
Is Zamosu still Zamosu, or did he go back?
well, he wiped off his disguise, so he
Okay.
is very much Zumasu.
I am not going in with them.
That's fair.
I'm staying outside in the crowd.
That's fair.
Actually, well, okay. Does that mean that I need to stay out because we can't be associated, or do we not care? You know what? I don't care. I'm going.
You
Come
you already pointed fingers at me and said my friends did this, so I'm blaming you if I get caught.
Okay.
Okay. In that case, I will go in.
Okay, good, because we want to have a point of reference to be like, those yahoos who broke into your office earlier, well, we're with them too.
I
We
still
didn't
think
break it. We knocked hard.
we knocked hard.
Okay.
We didn't have the knock spell, but we did it anyway.
Boom Crash, like, does a jaunty little knocking on Vaseline's door before opening up.
Well, the door was open, but
Yeah.
yeah,
He's
you
a cool
knock
guy.
I'm
and
being polite.
come in. The guards kind of have seen him on before, so you kind of needed to like get through them, and they kind of chased you in. Lord Vaseline, it's another one of the same people again. This one, we've seen him before.
Pardon our intrusion, Senator. I bow.
Boom Crash does a neat little curtsy.
These are the schmucks that I mentioned before, and I
What?
just lean
Come
aside.
on.
I
Zumasu.
apologize. Yes, I apologize for my compatriot's previous behavior. That you know who I am, you can probably guess that I might have a little sway over the idolists, maybe, to help bring this to a conclusion.
There is chanting that is beginning outside.
Oh,
Serpent
god
helm,
damn it.
serpent helm, serpent helm.
That is why I am not inside.
That's fair.
Boom Crash approaches Vaseline's desk and offers up one of the copied pages with the senator's bribes to Vaseline. We've given one of the ledgers to Senator Afandras. Here is a copy of the pages detailing some of your fellow senators' bribes and annual income from a Taurus and his organization.
And what you implied before was true.
The long and short of it is, he's been making movements against the city's interests and only for himself for a while. If you notice any senators with dragonfly brooches, they are probably compromised as well as anybody else with those.
Thumbs through the names. I've seen some of these before. I will be on my guard. But if this is true, then I will have to bring it up with the Leaf Crown. We'll need to press charges. Honestly, as mundane as it sounds, close the doors, please. But it's Serpent Helm. I don't care. Of course, the guards close the door.
Boom Crash likes this one.
If the public needs somebody to rally behind, they obviously are rallying behind you. The other side of that is that we do a scapegoat of sorts to end these protests and find someone to blame. If they can see tangible results and see not only the downfall of a corrupt official, then they will probably stop bolting. Been alive for a while, and I have seen things like this before.
And quite a few corrupt officials.
By the looks of it, yes. Just had tea with Azaki. Shame.
It is.
I'm
But
sorry.
on the grand scheme of things, for Alora's interests, getting this done quicker might be best. Once, and I'm going to reveal the location of the stink house because I don't know exactly where it was, but we know where it is. Like I as person, Zumasu as player does. There might be some interesting evidence of his outer dealings with some more corrupt cults and the like that might show bigger threats to Alora as well. If we know that the war didn't have legitimate grounds to stand on, we might need to switch those resources to something else. But the first things first is getting the city underway.
Make sure to get your I'm gonna chime in. Make sure to get your anti-planar defenses ready.
We've, I admit, I did have to leave my city once things kind of took into motion, but we've traveled, we've seen things. Unfortunately, Alore might have other issues than just a Taurus. But first things first.
Are you willing to testify against these accusations?
Of course. We even actually have a witness.
Are you willing to go to the Senate in chains?
I suppose, if it must be done.
Try to arrange it, but it must seem like a fair trial, or else
Also,
the Arcanans are never going to accept it.
But you must give us time because we are still in the work of compiling things.
Yes, the information we've gathered, it's going to take a bit of time. His logbooks go back decades, but even just the first decades, we need to make sure there's at least enough information to pass to the important senators. We know the ones who aren't corrupt.
I will launch an investigation into the sewers, or I'll attempt to.
Be careful.
I will avoid the members of the Leaf Crown that you have mentioned.
But also on top of that, the allies he might have inadvertently made, they are not to be trifled with. Try to bring very powerful groups. Do not underestimate the ones remaining.
There's a giant sewer monster in there. Be careful.
There's some ghouls, there's a giant sewer monster, there's possibly some devils they summoned.
Well, perhaps I will hire some mercenaries as well. Either way, I will inform you, and if somebody comes hailing for your arrest on behalf of me, just don't resist.
Understand.
If you want to make good with maybe the zone, the independent zone, you could always extend a olive branch minor explanation to the heads to get a group of adventurers to go explore the sewers. Might be safer, to be honest. Make a bit of goodwill.
Oh, we need some Leaf Crown down there. We need to confirm the validity of these statements. A piece of paper doesn't do anything, but
that's fair.
A piece of paper with hundreds, dozens at least, of eyewitnesses would help. Anyway, thank you for bringing me this and
look
bringing
at
it to
Boom
my
Crash.
attention.
Should we mention we have Fiala?
No.
Okay.
Kidnapping charges are kind of a different thing.
Yeah, let's. We're getting the ball rolling. This is good.
Fair.
All right. Part on mild terms with Vaseline. And, you seem to have a plan, at least, of action. The chanting crowd outside is basically reaching for Zumasu. Is it true? Is it true, Zumasu, that you're the ones that blew up Aetorus' tower? Is it true that you guys are the ones that burned down the Gate District? What's going on? When is the revolution coming?
I'll address the crowd. There will be change coming. For now, though, make sure your fellow men are taken care of. We wish to resolve this as peacefully as possible, and the most important thing is making sure your neighbors, your friends, your family have what they need. Be charitable, be kind, and be supportive in these moments, because these things do take time. For
A
now,
revolution with no heart of compassion is a poor one.
yep.
Okay.
So
Make a
take heed.
performance check.
Okay.
Cheek.
Can I have advantage because what Boom Crash said was pretty cool?
Oh, I assumed she was feeding you lines in your head.
Actually, guys, would it help if I do create food and water?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it would.
Gruel for
Alright.
everyone.
I T-pose, not like Jesus, but I T-pose.
I
And
can
Hail the
help.
sun.
I can help with that. I start feeding people, and I include the leaf crown as well.
I'm just shaking my head from the shadows and the burnt down buildings I'm near.
From your performance check, everybody seems enthusiastic about your arrival and about this. They seem placated by your words and inspired. They are cheering. They kind of like speak with you a bit on your tales and your efforts and whatnot in Galestone. And I mean, word gets around that you're in the Senate, and a crowd has started to gather outside.
Even bigger than the shit.
Anybody looking more hostile?
Oh yeah, that's probably
From
important.
my
Let's
angle?
go.
Yeah.
we should
You can
probably
certainly
get going.
look.
Hey, Taurus is here, isn't he? We should probably get going.
Yeah. Your perception, you see that on the fringes there are some arcanans that are like calling for Zumasu's arrest, and that he needs to be quelled to stop this whole thing.
Run. Run, run, run.
But you don't
Let's
see
get
anybody like with a sniper rifle
Mhm.
or anything.
Sniper
just-
wand.
Yeah, it's just gonna. It might cause a conflict
Run.
between the two.
You head out as you're descending the steps and trying to like get away as quickly as possible without signing any autographs or anything. There are shouts from the Arcanans, and you think they're directed at you, but Mao, you see them looking somewhere else. They're looking up the stairs, and you see a Taurus with his shield guardian descending the stairs and eyeing you guys coldly.
What does Boom Crash see?
Well, if Mao points that out,
Brain. I'm gonna call to you.
Probably
Okay.
sending stone we have anyway.
Yeah.
No, the sending stone I have is to Priyan, and the other one is to Briarius. I don't have the one that connects to Boom Crash.
No,
So...
but
literally
we-
speak mentally to Boom Crash.
Yeah,
well,
that's what I'm saying.
No, I mean, we probably would have split the sending stone that me and Amon had with you and us
Oh, whoops.
as two groups.
Then
That's what I
Amon
mean.
would have it. I don't have it.
Okay.
In character, I am keeping these particular stones for a
Okay.
particular reason. So I know I have those too. So it's just brain communication. I'm just like,
Okay.
quick hiss. I'm like, he's at the top of the stairs.
Boom Crash looks up.
Yep, you see a Taurus eyeing you coldly, descending the steps. They don't seem to be saying anything, or like advancing on you.
Can Boom Crash see if it's actually a Taurus or if it's the clone? I mean, the doppelganger. 60 feet? Is that what the range is for your true sight?
It's 30 feet, isn't it?
30.
Damn it.
Do you want to
mind.
get closer? Do you
If
want
Boom
you-
Crash is going to get closer.
You're going
I'll
to get
escort Boom
closer.
Crash.
A Taurus is
you're
watching
pushing
you.
me.
As you move forward, a Taurus gestures to the crowd. There was an attempt on my life last night, but
Run,
I
run.
am unfazed. And I think that we should all take this into consideration as a need for more policing in the streets. The crowd instantly is angered at this. The Arcanans are, like, shouting for them, and the Leaf Crown is now gathering around a Taurus. It seems difficult to get within 30 feet. You haven't managed to get there yet. You can attempt to get forward, but I heard you say run under your breath, so...
Are you running? I'll do whatever you want to do.
Okay.
Like, cast invisibility on you if you want.
You running toward? Ooh.
I'm
You're outside of the checkpoint, so spells are
Yep.
available.
Want invisibility?
how far away am I from him?
I'll say you're maybe, like, 100 feet away.
Really? Jesus.
Could Misty step close?
Well,
That's what I
Misty
was
Steps
thinking.
is 30 feet, so you'd still have to make a bit of a
Dimension
movement.
Door is,
Dimension door works.
Yep.
Although that's kind of conspicuous.
It is a lot more conspicuous. Both of them are conspicuous, but Dimension Door is like, door! There I go.
Well, what if you had greater invisibility?
Do I have that? Let me check. I have a scroll of it. Do you want to
I have greater invisibility. I
Yours
don't
is-
have the lesser one, but I do have greater invisibility.
If you have greater, you can cast spells while you're invisible, I think.
Could also run 10 feet, then do the skip Misty Step.
I
Yeah.
need to double check something real quick. Is greater invisibility a warlock slot?
Yes,
I mean, she can use one.
for me.
If it's on this warlock spell list, then I could just cast the spell with that Arcana check. That's why I'm asking.
Oh, for your scroll. Yeah, but Boomcrash
Yes.
has the spell,
I actually have the spell. I know it.
and she has all her spell slots. There's, like, not really any need.
Okay, I just figured so she wouldn't have to be concentrating.
Especially if all eyes are on Zumosu.
I guess that's fair.
This is the perfect moment, yeah.
You want me to make a
Yeah.
distraction?
You are the distraction. You're
You
doing
are the
it.
distraction. Just keep being distracting, honey.
I'll just-
and
I'll
I'm in
just-
disguise.
I'll just be like, nobody. I'll just try to calm the crowd and say things like, hostility is understandable, but we need to be at peace to make sure no more injury happens.
Be kind.
Be kind.
And make sure that anger is justified and directed appropriately.
If anyone's complaining, I'm gonna shove bread in their hands.
First
Okay.
things first,
Easy
make
Hey,
sure
teleport
you're fed.
bread.
Alright, Zumosu, make a new performance check out here to distract the crowd.
Nice.
And to, convince them not to,
Middling.
middling, but still get better than average. The crowd is, like, begging you for comeuppance. They have heard all the conspiracy theories about a Taurus, so they know that he's a bad guy. The Arcanans have no such qualms about this character. But you've kept eyes off of Crash. Mooncrash.
Going to walk 10 feet forward, Misty Step 30 feet. Wait, hold on. So that would still be 60 feet away. So, fuck it. I'll be invisible and I'll just sprint forward.
Greater visibility. Choo!
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you could just fly over at that point if you want
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, you turned invisible.
Yeah, that's faster.
A Taurus was locking eyes with you, but he didn't do anything about it. You move forward, and a Taurus descends the steps. And he continues talking to the crowd with all this rhetoric, trying to calm them down, but also rile them up, like with his pro-Arcanan beliefs.
to.
And
Make Galori great again.
sure. And Boomcrash, you get close enough for your witch sight to kick in, and it is not a Taurus. It is a sort of crystalline-looking figure. Looks to be almost made entirely out of ice, and completely transparent.
Simulacra?
They're waving their hands to the crowd. It is an illusion.
Dispel magic.
Yeah, I'm gonna just pull it.
Okay.
No.
You dispel magic.
Yes.
Hey, I need to look something up. Can a simulacrum be dispelled?
I mean, it is a spell.
I wonder what'll happen if you said it was illusion, so I wonder what's gonna happen. Maybe it'll just
It
reveal
literally says the duration is until dispelled, so I'm gonna assume
Wow.
it can be.
Huh.
You're using a warlock slot, I assume, so that's still a what's it called? A charisma check to
Okay.
try to dispel it.
It's 2 levels above.
Yep.
Ooh. Oh no. Can I?
Do you have inspiration?
I do have inspiration. Fuck it. Why not?
Oh my god! And when he's instantly destroyed, if dispelled, he just melts.
Nope. Never mind.
Actually, I can do it.
Okay.
Are
You try
Yeah.
to dispel the simulacrum, but the magical wards that are in place are too powerful for you to dispel and unweave. He kind of there's a shimmer a bit, and he winces, and he looks in your direction, but he doesn't seem to be able to see you.
Okay, I'm gonna retreat then.
Okay, it's like, hey, you want me to dispel it?
It's
Go for it.
120 feet. He could do it from his location.
Okay, maximum. We don't. Okay, guys, do you think we'll need regenerate today?
No.
Nah.
Nah.
Okay, 7th level dispel.
Okay. As he's
Well?
calling to the people, the attempt on my life was merely a distraction from what's really the problem with Allure, and then you dispel him, and the illusion fades. This is not what it seems. I am still alive and well. This is but a simulacrum. And he starts to crumble into pieces. He falls onto the ground and cracks apart, and his head topples down onto the ground, and the ice begins to melt. Gwyn takes a defensive stance and starts pushing away people that are trying to get near a Taurus's body. The Leaf Crown guards start rushing in. Everybody, get aside! Get aside!
Does
Yeah.
Gwyn attack the Leaf Crown?
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, that's good enough. We can leave
Gwyn
them
doesn't
there.
attack the Leaf Crown. Gwyn is protecting the corpse of
Okay.
a Taurus.
Alright.
You guys reveal that he's a simulacrum, and
Yes.
You make a run for it. After saying he's totally fine and everything is fine, he crumbles to pieces and his head falls.
This is great.
So that's nice.
He can't talk to the senators until he shows up again.
Yeah, kind of. Just have to hope he hasn't reached anybody already. Alright, you guys escape from the Senate for today. Are you staying in Allure, or are you going back to Galestone?
No, we need to go back and make copies.
Yeah.
Well, we mostly just need the. Yeah, we need to go back and make copies. Can we buy ruby dust while we're here?
Yes, please. Get
Sure.
as much ruby dust as you possibly can. Boom Crash is gonna go back to Galestone and probably hunker
Actually,
down his girlfriend.
okay, why don't we let Mao shop for us? Like, you can't
Yeah.
stay here. You need
That's
to
fair.
get out of here, and
Yeah.
Bunkers needs to go to work. Am I conspicuous?
I mean, you're
Yeah, I'm
conspicuous in that you're intimidating, but people aren't like, look, it's Amon Mott!
Okay,
Hey,
okay,
there's that weird guy with the skull.
Yeah.
okay. In that case, you know what? I will hang out with Mao and then buy as much gems as possible. You want ruby dust and diamonds, right?
Yeah, sure. I'll
Yes.
hand you about 4,000 gold so I can get it out of my pockets.
Okay.
All right.
There is notably a diamond restriction during wartime, so it will be difficult to buy diamonds, but you can still attempt to do so. Ruby dust, you can just check that off. You are able to find that.
Okay, just give us like an actual cost amount so we can extract it from the map.
Yeah, because I forget how much the spell costs so we can know how much each charges Boom Crash
Well,
can
diamonds
get.
need to be 300 GPs each.
How much ruby dust do you need per casting
Lem-
ability?
I'm checking. Hold
50
on.
GPs, I think.
Okay. Oh, we can get a shit ton of diamonds. Or rubies, I mean.
Let's get a shit ton because I hate being low.
Can we get like 20 casts of it, which is 20 times 50? What is that?
10,000
Yeah, 10,000
or
worth.
1,000?
1,000.
1,000, yeah.
1,000 worth of ruby dust.
I'll say you can
Okay.
get 10.
Okay.
That
So
exhausts
5,000.
whatever you're looking
So-
from,
so-
especially
so
since the gate market has collapsed.
So 5,000 GP?
Or that'd be 500 GP for ruby
500
dust.
GP.
500 GP,
Yeah.
okay.
So you got 10 more or you get 10 more charges of ruby dust.
Awesome.
Make sure Boom Crash has it. As for me, I think I need diamond dust. Let me figure out which one's actually the one for diamond dust.
I have 150 GP diamond for some reason, so I'm just gonna
Oh.
give that to you.
That was the one that we got from the tomb. We went back in. We
Yeah,
took
you
it.
were like, it's shiny. I
It's
want
shiny,
it.
yeah.
Oh
It's
No.
mine.
That wasn't the
Okay.
huge one,
no, it wasn't the huge one.
because
This
the huge
is
one was
a,
worth
some other
10k.
one. Yeah, this is a
Okay.
50 GP.
There was
Okay.
another one in there.
There was.
We actually have a shit ton of 300 GP diamonds. I think this was from combining both
okay,
our character
Guys,
sheets.
let me talk. We need dust. We need diamond dust. Because the greater restoration costs 100 GPs worth of consumption of during the casting of spell. Now the The whole diamonds are for the resurrections, but for greater restoration, which you'll be needing, we need it for in the dust form.
I mean,
And
we have people that are at Galestone that can crush dust or crush diamonds into dust.
I have 30 G.
So
I
either way.
have 3,300 GP diamonds from the time you had died
Okay.
and I took your stuff.
In that case, then we won't worry about it. We could just. I have 11 times the. I have 11 350 GP worth diamonds, so I have a lot of those.
I'm gonna give you 10 more 300 GP diamonds. There you go.
And I'm gonna put it out there. You can make diamond dust by rubbing 2 diamonds together until there's dust left.
Cool.
Wow.
So you got 10 more
Yeah.
300 GP diamonds for me. I got 20 300 GP diamonds. We have enough for the revivifies and the restorations.
Okay.
Brienne?
What about Brienne?
Well, if everyone else is leaving or doing shopping, I'm gonna check in on her.
Check in
fair.
on Brienne.
I do
She,
have the sending stone for her.
she tells you that because she was sent to the Undercroft by you guys. She was disguised at first, just kind of trying to get the vibe down there, checking that vibe, as it were. And it seems that there's no leaf crown left in the Undercroft, that they know of anyway. The Torch has kind of claimed leadership down there. They've kept the Dark Gate closed, letting people out only when there's people inside that need to get out. But otherwise, they aren't open at all to anybody right now. The adventurers that were registered with the Torch, they are the ones that are defending the 2 sides of the Undercroft that are now blocked off from anybody. Anyway, they haven't really established who's in charge other than the Torch. The Leaf Crown hasn't made any movements to try to get in, not since the insurrection happened, but they are fully preparing for battle. They're, getting their weapons out. All the able-bodied people are moving up towards the upper motions of the upper parts of the Undercroft on either side.
Should I tell her to inform the leaders down there of the actions we've taken to ruin a Taurus with the senators, even though they don't trust them?
Are you asking the group?
I was asking the group, yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that for a second because I thought we were trying to not cause more uproar for a minute. I think you'd have to reveal a little bit of information, but not all of it.
Alright.
How about we just wait a day?
Yeah, we'll
Let
leave it
their-
alone.
let their investigations see if it gets tipsy. Then we can be like, they were corrupt all along. We can play both sides if we need to.
Yeah.
We also probably want some of those adventurers to explore the sewers so nobody gets killed.
I might stay in Allure then.
That's fair.
This would be a good time to gather information. Plus, also we have Biff's.
Come on,
hideout.
give Mao your sending stone then.
I only have so many holes in my ear.
Just pierce another one.
Oh my
Just
god.
take
Well,
out
someone.
just take out the
Get a
Briareus
gate.
No. That would stay just in case.
Okay, fine. Then unfortunately, Boomcraft would have to use message from time to time or whatever, or sending, I guess technically.
You don't
I
want
just
to be
take
able
the
to
stone.
talk to me?
No, I take the stone and it's gonna be in my pocket, so it might take a while for me to listen. That's all.
We have
No,
to
you
go
got-
bring.
You gotta,
It's a phone.
you already got a girl to talk to, so focus on that.
Fine.
That's right. Juliana presumably went back with you to Galestone as well. I forgot to copy
Yeah.
and paste the token.
Oh
there.
yeah, she can see now. How is she adjusting to that for a day?
It's taken some adjusting. She's relearning who her friends are because she's only heard their voices, echolocated them for a while.
I wonder if she looks like she's high or around like whoa.
I was thinking
colors.
that. And
Kind of. She's
Pot
in a
Beast is
beautiful
like,
peach grove.
Boomcraft,
He's
go
like,
show
"The
her
hell
the
are you
sunset
on?"
by the end of the day.
Can I have some?
I will. I need to get back to my girl.
Okay, we got the ruby dust. We can teleport our way over there quickly.
I'll take sending stone.
It's true.
Go away.
I also vote for teleportation so we can get there faster than a day of travel.
Yeah, that's fine. You have the tower there.
Pachoo! Is that fine with you, Boomcrash?
That's fine. Fuck it.
Pew!
Zumasu Boom Crash teleporting back. I'm on Mao staying behind with the sending scrolls or sending stones.
Well, no. I gave my sending stone to Mao.
Mhm.
Are you
I should
staying
be
with
heading-
Mao?
I should be heading back because I got the purchase done.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
So the other two have made it before me. I am now leaving, essentially.
We can wait for you. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, you
Yeah.
can leave with them. I was just trying to get a tally on who's in Allure and who's
Yeah,
not.
yeah. Only Mal's sticking around because I got my
Yeah.
shopping done.
Okay,
I will cast disguise self so I don't look like myself for a bit.
that is fine. You three return to Galestone and continue copying the ledger.
Can I help Boom Crash in any way? You know, maybe making sure she's refilled on things, doing the margin stuff, which should be easy enough to do, like that sort of thing, to maybe help the
It
speed
is,
process.
Or you could just
not
run
as
and
much
get
of
me
a help.
ink.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just make sure that my pens are flowing and ink is readily available.
All right.
I'm gonna lock myself in the other location and just start making scrolls. And I'm not going to sleep.
Okay.
All right.
Pulling an all-nighter. Got it. Felt that before.
Yes.
Right. You start crafting your scroll. A day passes.
I guess I will be nosy at the end of the day to just make sure nothing. I'll do an Allure sweep overhead with the scrying thing to make sure nothing bad's happening. That's all. Just keep tabs on if anything flares up again.
You're just keeping tabs on me, aren't you?
No, you're in the safer area of the city technically.
Technically, yeah.
I'm just making sure nobody's done another attack or something.
Well, it seems in the after the stunt that you guys pulled at the Senate, there is now another kind of protest, growing during the night and on into the morning. The Leaf Crown has basically declared, no, we're not going to let you be an autonomous area in Allure. The Undercroft is a large portion of the economy, and the gate market is completely destroyed, and you guys are to blame. So the Leaf Crown assaults the Undercity, essentially, and they don't take this well. Brienne is kind of leading the charge as the Red Raven with her mask donned, and they defend themselves and hold the line against the Leaf Crown. Now, are you assisting with this as well?
Yeah, probably in disguise.
Okay. One of you at each end of the Undercroft?
Yeah, why not?
Alright. Yeah, one of you guys is at each end of the Undercroft.
We keep tabs on each other. We'll communicate using the sending stone back and forth.
Yeah, you keep eyes on the Leaf Crown movements. A few even try to infiltrate over the walls and whatnot, descending down, and you're able to put them to rest as well.
Could I help with their fight in terms of scrying something and then telling them what's happening? Oh, they're building some shit over here, guys.
And you can help, but they already have enough communication between having sending stones between each side. Just
Fair
as
enough.
well, the adventurers that are helping you guys as well,
Are pretty
they
skilled.
seem to be pretty on top of things, and they have their own communication system. And surprisingly, the place holds. However, at one point during this night, on Brienne's side, the Gloomway, which is that ramp leading down into the Undercroft, there was a clash between the Leaf Crown and the rebels, and a priestess of Hieronius tried to stop the violence on both sides, but the Leaf Crown ended up bringing her down. The priestess, Camille Firinel, had fallen, and this led to a push where the Leaf Crown was forcibly beaten back into the Patriciate Ward once again until they could hold the line. But the rebellion, the Adalists, are particularly infuriated. Allure is starting to rise even further to disarray. You're not sure how the efforts of your senators are going. Their actions were a bit more than yours.
I think I need to go talk to the Undercroft as well.
Anyway,
Good luck.
new day dawns, and
I'm
a new
copying
ledger
shit.
has been copied.
Yeah, do you mind teleporting me to Allure and I can go talk to those guys?
I kind of do mind. Just get me more ruby dust.
Mm.
But go.
All right, okay. Yeah, I think you
10
should copy
stacks
those
of it.
things.
Jeez.
Yeah, and
It's
he's
not
already starting to use
enough.
it.
That's not enough. I need it for later. Video game logic. I need this for later. What if I need it for later? Oh, it's the last boss? Oops.
Listen, there's not going to be a ton available. You're going to have to look for it. The gate market's been completely destroyed, and that's where you would have bought dust from in the past.
That's fair. Well, we can always teleport to the Bamladan for a day.
You and your teleports.
I like the teleports, man.
He's gonna get fat. Like he's not gonna walk anymore. He's gonna get
Boomcrash, I don't want to walk towards the outside of the keep. Can you teleport me?
I need a
That-
poop. Can you teleport me to the porta potty?
Telekinesis? Is that what you said? Telekinesis it is.
Wait, no.
Also, Chris, the Hieronymus priestess, was that Camille or Camilla?
Camille.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah, I need to talk to them to get a representative chosen among their group to have some order. Yeah, so do you mind just chucking me to the arcane college and I'll just sneak my way out?
You've been chucked.
Cool. I got chucked to the arcane
Yeet.
college. Are you coming with me, Amon, or are you staying and just making scrolls?
Ugh, don't bother me.
Oh, okay. I put out some milk and cookies. We create food and water.
The nerds are nerding. Leave us alone.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll take the sending stone for now then, since Boomcrash has messaged. So I think I'm gonna show up to see if I can placate some of these guys. Maybe see if they can get some going. That fine with you, Mao?
Huh? I'm in the city. Why
Yeah.
are you here?
I'm gonna try and talk to the guys because we need to get some representation going for them to maybe get some headway.
Dude, it was a rough night. I don't know if today's gonna be good.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try and talk to them, see if we can get
All
basically
right.
somebody to lead the movement.
If you get your ass kicked, it's not my fault.
That's
Just saying.
fair.
Okay.
That's fair.
Just no armor. Don't look like you're wearing armor. They will try to kill you.
I mean, I can always disguise my armor anyway.
Yeah, I know, I'm just saying.
I cast invisibility in myself as soon as I enter the arcane college, by the way.
Sure. You sneak out of the arcane college and make your way down to the Undercroft.
Matt, where are you? I need somebody to make sure I get to the safe parts. The things look a little weird now that everybody's kind of barricaded stuff.
From what you can tell, the Torch is starting to organize a rally. They're going to march on the Senate, this time in daylight so that the Leaf Crown can't just attack them without,
That sounds fair.
retribution.
Yeah, just meet at Biff's apartment and I'll just escort you down.
Okay. I'll disguise my armor to look like common leather armor instead for now, but I will still look like Zumasa so I can try and see if I can get an audience with the torch.
Hey, Javert.
Hey, hey, Brian, how you doing?
It's
Dude.
been a rough night. I have not slept. Let me put it that way.
Do you want a little healing or food?
I'll be fine. The Torch had
Okay.
plenty of potions to distribute.
All right. Is there anybody kind of in charge?
Yeah, the members of the Torch are kind of, they're trying to put themselves in charge, but they don't have an explicit leader. It's just the loud of them.
All right, I'll go see what I can do. I'll enter the torch. Mal, can you come with me for a little protection?
Sure. I still don't look like myself, but I'll
That's fair.
follow Zamosu behind him just a few paces and I'll keep tabs.
When I enter the torch, I guess people would probably notice then to some degree.
A snake person walking in? Maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they maybe take notice. They find it a little odd. They don't fully
Nah,
recognize you without your
Zumasa
armor.
wears plate mail. He doesn't wear leather armor. That
Doesn't
can't be
wear
him.
leather armor. I'll just announce my arrival to some degree. Like, I'm looking for the head of the torch. This is Zumaso's serpent helm.
Everybody kind of gets quiet. One of the Torch members that was, like, helping people out stands up. My name's Egan. I'm a member of the Torch. And you're the leader of Edelon Groves, yes?
Yes. Don't know how much you've heard about what's going on, but we have reason to believe and evidence to prove it that a tourist might have been behind a lot of the goings-on in the city. And we appreciate what you're trying to do by protecting the Undercroft. But I think some organization needs to be in due to make sure that negotiations can go smoothly.
We heard that
You said-
Taurus was destroyed, that he was just a simulacrum.
Well, he was also a wizard, so, that could have just been, again, he might be alive somewhere else if he was a simulacrum.
Damn. Well,
But
you seem to be the reason behind all of this. We're starting a protest. We're going to march on the Senate and demand action. Do you want to lead us?
that'll be fine, but I would need to state my piece for now that I might be arrested for one. That is within a negotiation I had with a senator who's trying to get this finished. But the second thing I need for you to do is to choose at least one representative, possibly a few more, to front this, because with all due respect, if you want to have the Undercroft be its own autonomous zone, I don't know if that's possible, but it could be its own district with a bit more representation. As you all know, there's technically one representative really for the rest of this area, for the rest of the working class to some degree, and I mentioned what's his face, Azarak? Vaseline. But
Vaseline.
But it seems like there needs to be a bit more. It seems very much swayed in terms of, the merchants, the guilds. There needs to be a bit more representation for the people who make up the city. I agree with that.
Undercroft senator.
There needs to be an Undercroft senator, and somebody needs to be representation of that. That would definitely give you more negotiating power and sort of formalize how to negotiate with the rest of the Leaf Crown.
The Torch has not many, but a few consuls. We haven't been in contact with any of them, though, since this has happened.
That's why you need a senator. Do you have anybody here that you think could be up to the challenge? Would you be up to the challenge?
Everybody kind of looks at him. Yeah, I think I would. The last name's Guillaume. Egan Guillaume. And I think that the Torch should have this representation that you have asserted. And I'd be willing to take on that role, if you all will have me. Looks to the rest of the people.
Mao says, "Here, here," just to get it started.
They start clapping and nodding. He's not a super charismatic person, but they seem to respect them.
Still someone that's not us, thank God.
I was just going to say thank you. As you kind of know, I already have the Edelin Groves to take care of, so I don't know if it would be in the best interest to stay as a senator, but this area needs representation. And with having a figurehead, then there's somebody that you can actually negotiate with. Because I know that not necessarily we do see eye to eye with all the Leaf Crown, and as you know, I technically was a Leaf Crown, but the city needs to have some sort of unity to make sure there's less bloodshed. And I'm sorry for what happened to Camille.
It was tragic. They aren't even allowing us to resurrect her. We aren't allowed into the Church of Hieronius. And furthermore, there's a diamond shortage. Not sure if she even would come back.
I wonder why.
I don't have 500. I don't have enough for a raised dead diamond.
Yeah, you guys didn't try to get diamonds yesterday, but yeah, let me tell you, it would have been very difficult.
No, because you gave them to me.
Well, it's also because I only have Revivify diamonds, since it has to be a chunky guy for raised dead. I'll distribute some Revivify diamonds. Fine. I do have some.
Just let her be a martyr. It's fine.
I know, but this is just to appease the crowd a bit more. I'll give them. I do have some Revivify amount diamonds if you need them for just safety reasons, and I pass out about 4 Revivify amounts of 300 GP diamonds.
It's not like we can do anything with this. There's not many of us that know that kind of magic.
There's not many clerics amongst you, or paladins?
The priestess came down from the church, but the church is up in the Patriciate Ward. Some of the adventurers might be able to, but not many.
Well, if you can pass it to any of them, that would probably be in the best interest anyway.
I'll ask around.
When's the protest?
We're heading up there this afternoon.
Well, I suppose I'll probably be coming with you. Don't be surprised if I'm arrested. The negotiations I've already made with some of them says there might be a trial for my sake, but we have evidence that we are distributing eventually to, fortunately, pin a lot of this on Nitoris for his justified, well, not justified, but his corrupted actions.
So the rumors were true.
In short, yes. His wealth was used to influence a lot of the way of Allure. I don't want to spill too much detail before it gets spread too far, but there is truth to that.
He nods in understanding. Well, we have to rally the people. Go around,
Yes.
show your face. You're definitely more recognizable than I am.
I'll mention you. We need to make sure that the representative is known. So I guess I'll do that and mention who we're going to try and have as the new possible senator.
Right. Troubling times. This wasn't the path I wanted to take.
Well, we could always set up term limits for senators. That'd probably be the best interest of the city as well.
Yeah, well, I'm not much of a politician myself. Let's get to it.
Can I just do an insight check on him?
I can't wait for him to be corrupted.
Yeah, that's why I want to do an insight check on him.
Yeah, sure.
I think most positions of power should be given to those who want them the least.
Why is my thing all weird up?
I
My
don't
little shortcut key is all... Let me refresh the page 1 second.
But
Oh, there we go.
I don't want to be a nuclear inspector. Whoops.
This is an insight check, right?
Yeah, you called it for yourself.
Well, I can't tell how his character is.
Yeah, he's a new guy. Doesn't seem to want the job. That's all you really know about him. He was some sort of higher up in the Torch, so presumably an ex-adventurer.
I guess I'll just be like, wow, he sounds like a pretty good guy, right?
Sorry, who? I'm not now.
Hey, you there. He seems like a pretty trustworthy guy, Egan Geon.
You're the fucking worst at keeping things down low. I look up the dude just to yeah, whatever, he's okay. I just say he's alright.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna do an insight check. He's fine.
Alright.
Yeah, he's a half-elf, like most of the people here. He's got tannish skin and kind of brown blonde hair, slightly pointed ears like most half-elves, and he's got a bit of stubble, but not a full beard or anything.
He ain't got no dragonfly shit on him, right?
No, not that you can see. Doesn't have
Okay.
much fancy stuff on him. It just looks like he was some sort of strong person at one point, but he seems a little out of practice. So
A
he's
fighter.
yeah, he looked muscular at some point in his life, but now it's kind of gotten some fat pockets and aged out.
Fair enough. Okay. I don't know if there's anything else I want to do before the protest happens. Any suggestions, guys?
You could try talking to another senator or something.
Put the shackles on. Get out there.
Well, the shackles aren't on yet. It's when I go up, they're probably
I know.
going to come and arrest me. I don't have message, so I can't even make an easy audience with them. Yeah, and if I try to disguise myself, I'll have to go through that song and dance again. So yeah, I think we might just wait for the protest for now, since we got 2 senators that we mainly wanted.
Okay. Wait for the protest. The time comes, and hundreds.
I'm letting Boom Crash know what's going on as well.
That's fair. Let your party know that you're going to protest today. Let
Good
them
luck.
know how they can contact you. When to contact. Like if you don't call back in a certain amount of time.
I might get arrested like we had discussed with what's his face. So yeah, there's that. Vaseline.
Yep.
All right. Hundreds of people gather up at the Brightway, and they begin marching with you at the front and Egan as well by your side. And you begin the arduous march. Oh, It's actually the Gloom Way, not the Bright Way. That's the
Oh.
other area. Anyway, you march up this large ramp, and the Leaf Crown are there at the barricade. They quickly retreat. They're not going to deal with hundreds of people, like, right at this moment. And
I guess I also mentioned to Egan, we're trying to do this with the least amount of bloodshed possible, so try to quell the crowd when you can.
they nod over the din of noise. And do we have music that's not like a piano ballad? Let's see.
Just pull something for Les Miserables.
Red. That's all we can play.
Yep.
That's all we can play before.
I'll try and find something. I don't know. It's whatever. It's so hard to find like something that's
Formal.
not combat but is not tranquil in my list, the way I have it set up.
Because who the hell has awkward protest music?
Alright. You guys make it up the stairs, and you are blocked by guards at the top. They are trying to keep you down. You don't necessarily have a right to protest in this city. It isn't really explicitly given to you. And they're just trying to protect the Senate. What do you guys do as leaders of the crowd?
I'm gonna just start chanting, we request an audience with the Senate. Let us see, there will be no blood.
The crowd starts shouting and cheering like, yeah, let us in! Let us in! Make a persuasion check.
Cool. Middling.
The guards are willing to compromise. They're like, only you can come in. The crowd stays. Back to your city-state or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
I'm gonna kind of just be like, if I go, then nothing will change. This man, and I point to Egan, is attempting to broker peace talks. The Undercroft needs representation. You need to let at least a few of us in. Sorry, was I off?
No, weren't. I'm just thinking.
Yeah.
They seem adamant about only letting like one person through at a time. They really don't even want that as much. They have orders to not let anybody in.
I turned them out for a second. We might have to think for a moment. Do you have any ideas?
I can get in either way.
Yeah, but you're not the one who wants to negotiate, do you?
No. But they
Party.
said they'd let one other person in.
Will you at least let me and Egan through?
Just tell him that I elbow him. Tell him that he's the representative.
He's a representative of the Undercroft.
Isn't there like code or like regulation that you can push on them? It's like
No, because I'm technically ex-Leaf Crown. That's why they want to arrest me.
no. I'm talking about like in terms of like
knowledge.
legal jargon that you can shove. This like this is code 376, paragraph 2. You under this circumstance.
Could I do like some sort of background check or something to see if I could pull out some weird legal thing out of my ass?
Well, you are fellow military. What is your background?
It's soldier. It's soldier, like investigator.
Yeah, but like, do you have like a feature with that?
It more so has to do with being able to like talk to military folks. Let me see if I can pull it up. But it's more so having to talk with folks and find like resources more than anything.
Soldiers loyal to your military organization will recognize your authority and influence, and they can invoke your rank to exert influence over other soldiers. Requisition simple equipment, blah blah blah. Also gain access to friendly military encampments.
My rank is recognized as the key thing.
Yeah, and your rank is kind of recognized. I'm gonna say,
Can I invoke the Grey Guard to see if I can convince them? Be like, there are happenings in the city that need to be addressed. I may not be officially a Grey Guard anymore, but I still have the interests of the city at heart.
I'm gonna have you make a intelligence check, and you can add your proficiency to it.
Okay. Ability. No. Where's the thingy?
Any skill?
Intelligence.
I guess intelligence can work.
And then I'll add. Oh, god damn it! I had 6 to this, so this is only a 10.
You can't pull that shit with us, Lord Serpenthelm. You don't work for the Leaf Crown anymore. You might have been able to pull it, but they don't recognize your authority here.
Unfortunately. How many guards are here at this spot?
Enough to block hundreds of people.
So there is more than 2.
There's more than 2 guards, yes.
Honestly, if there's only 2 guards, it'd be kind of intimidating. Ugh, they can block 100 people.
Oh no. How we get through the stairs?
You can force the situation.
I can force the situation, but I'm trying to not make it look bad for the Undercroft.
Yeah,
DM,
we want them to protest the right way.
DM railroading, DM railroading.
Well, they can start fighting if they get fought against, but that's the whole thing. But I don't necessarily want to morally start an instigating. I turned to Mao. How would you feel if you just took Tegan and I just, get arrested?
I don't know. How do you feel, man?
I don't want to be a part of any of this.
I mean, you kind of already are. I'm saying you'd keep a look after Tegan to make sure, or Egan to make sure nothing happens to him while I get arrested.
Sure, I'll be outside and do what I normally do.
Okay. All right. I offer this. Well, you're so adamant of keeping people out. What if you brought in the Serpent Helm? Would Egan be allowed to come in?
Make a persuasion check. Back in your charisma territory now.
That's a little easier. Why am I rolling so bad?
Well,
I got a
to
2.
explain it lightly, it's because Roll20 hates you and your team.
Apparently. I rolled a 2 and a 3. And what did I roll the first time? A 2, a 3, and a 4. Can't roll over 5. Yeah, what's the guard saying?
The guard is considering the proposition. However, they did just slightly beat you on my roll. They rolled a 13 plus 1.
Does this mean are they gonna just try? Wait, does this mean I accidentally instigated something because they might just try and arrest me anyway?
You know, that sounds like a good idea.
Stop giving him ideas.
Well, that's kind of good for us because at least that means I didn't actually start the violence. So I don't like it as Zumasu, but as a player, it at least means progress happened.
They consider the proposition and talk amongst themselves, and then they come back with weapons drawn and say, "We're not going to negotiate with protesters. However, you are coming with us, Mr. Serpenthelm."
I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm gonna cast suggestion on the guy who looks like he's in charge.
Okay.
Why'd you just start with that?
Because it's a magic spell that most people can freaking see. Well, actually, mine's a little more subtle because I'm a snake person. So I'm gonna say, I don't think it's in the best interest to arrest this man. It's better to let the protests in to have peace.
Okay. They're gonna save. What's the saving throw DC?
I wish I had the rod on. It's let me double check if it's 18 or 19. I think it's 19. Yeah, it's 19. It's pretty high. Hopefully they don't have a high will. Sweet.
You said it was 19?
Yeah?
Yeah, that works.
Okay, cool. You made it sound like I got the +7 to save for some reason.
Yeah, way to put things in suspense, Chris. Jesus Christ.
I'm talking to a paladin with extra charisma as well. Shit.
Hey, it could have been. You didn't recognize them, but they do seem to be higher up guards. They do have plenty of good guards left in the Patricia Ward, and you kind of use your Yonti heritage, and a little sparkle and gleam comes in your eye. The little Bela Lugosi kind of light crosses into your eyes, and crosses into theirs as well. maybe we should compromise. But, Captain, but you just said we should let them through. Captain, you gave us an order. Is something wrong? I just think that it's in our best interests if we let the protesters through and let Zumasu come in quietly.
There'll be less violence.
The guards start
Zumasu
arguing
is
amongst
fine.
themselves. One of them tries to call for the captain to step down, and in this ensuing chaos, the crowd starts to swell.
We'll just start marching, I guess.
Okay. Without being stopped, the crowd bursts forward, and they overtake the Leaf Crown Guard and spill into the Patriciate Ward.
This lasts for 8 hours or until I break concentration, so I have to concentrate for an hour.
On that, dude.
Yep.
Alright, the crowd bursts in. The march has started. Let's get some people in here. Let's fill up the Patriciate Ward. Alright, the rabble have moved in and are protesting at the Senate. They're surrounding the place. There was a crowd yesterday, like for you, Zumasu, and Aetoris, but this is a lot bigger than the last crowd. They're not violent yet, though they did overtake all those guards. It was mostly like a non-violent, like pushing them out of the way and forcing them back. They only were able to arrest a few people, not you, among them. And now they've marched on the Senate, and the protest goes on for some time. There are
We'll
guards.
mostly be chanting, "We want representation. We want representation" type thing. You know?
Okay, you try to lead that chant. Make a performance check.
Taxation without representation.
Yeah, we'll go with all that sort of jazz. Oop, did I get disconnected?
I don't know.
Hear
Oh.
you still?
I haven't
Okay,
seen
never mind.
anything.
Never mind. Alright.
So, what is your performance check? Or did?
Performance check. Oh, I didn't hear that part, that's why.
Oh, okay. So
I was
yeah,
like, is
maybe you
anyone
did.
gonna do anything?
Oh, that's finally I rolled something higher than a 5.
Okay, you lead them in the chant that you want, and eventually, there is a bit of relenting, and they allow Egan in to talk to them.
Can Mao disguised be like I'm his bodyguard? Come in with him? Because I'm worried about this guy, you know.
I mean, if I'm already disguised, so you already asked me to stick with them, so I'm sticking with them.
Are they allowing Mao with him?
I thought the entire crowd just pushed through.
Yeah, but you're in the Senate area now.
That's why I'm like,
Oh,
are you?
then-
Are,
no,
are you
he can walk out on his own. That's fine. Nobody should be harmed in this place, technically.
I
Also,
mean,
are you
hope-
disguised with magic? Go into the Senate building?
Yes, I am. Is Priyan staying outside then?
Don't you have a disguise kit as well?
Yeah, nobody's following them in yet. Sumasu's asking you to follow them.
Then no, I'm not going in.
Oh, okay.
You
Hopefully
can't
Egan's
take
fine.
me.
No, dude.
Okay.
Whole association with the Edelon Groves is real bad for reputation.
Well, that's why if you just put on a quick disguise and go with Egan, just to make sure he don't get killed.
I mean, if he gets
Don't-
killed, then people will riot and it'll be fine.
I think if he gets killed while he's in the Senate by someone, it's going to cause a bigger problem than if he doesn't get killed. So I'm just gonna stay outside, so I don't potentially accidentally kill anybody, because then that would cause a problem for us, because I did the killing.
I give a sigh and go, okay, Mao, and I pat her and go in.
Yeah, your fingers are just itchy. It's like, I haven't killed someone in like 2 hours. I'm really starving for attention.
I don't have a reputation. My contracts are shit. No one's hiring me.
There's better ways to live your life.
Have you considered getting a union job?
Yes. Maybe I'll just start bragging that I killed a Taurus and then get hired by, someone in here, and then they'll have me kill Eden.
What the fuck?
I stay outside.
That's fine. Okay.
Hey, Zumasu, you leave the crowd to their own devices and head inside following Egan.
Dum-ba-dum-ba-dum.
Egan is let in, and you guys talk with the Senate, who has convened an emergency session in this event. They were all in the building, so they did all gather into one room, and now they're all together, and they're seeing this representative from the group. So, what is it that you have to say, Mr. Egan?
Oh, okay, sure. The Undercroft admits it wants to be fairly treated and have proper representation in the city of Alore. We have discussed it and think that it deserves its own senator to make sure its interests are kept at heart.
They, kind of discuss amongst themselves. This is a large change. We can't just do this overnight, but we can bring this deliberation to the council floor. They agree that this is something that can happen, they will bring it to the Senate, just as normal process and procedure happens.
With all due respect, as it currently stands, the Undercroft could see more bloodshed done by your leaf crowns, the same leaf crowns that were meant to protect the city. If you want to prevent any sort of escalation, I would suggest you appease this request for the time being.
Is this a threat? Are you bringing a threat to us with this crowd? You can't just force things on the Senate.
You, at the same way you're forcing things upon the Undercroft, this is a peace talk. This is a chance to come to an understanding.
Temporary ceasefire.
A ceasefire. Your resources are needed elsewhere than just policing an area that is self-sufficient.
Make a persuasion check.
I mean, do I use Zumasu's or do I just... I guess, how do you want me to roll
You're
this
kind of
then?
speaking on behalf of Egan here. He's not
Okay.
He's not as eloquent.
Alright. Why can't I roll well today?
A lot of pressure. The dice are afraid to perform.
You're concentrating on something else at the moment, it seems.
God damn it.
Your mind's still attached to that random captain out there who's probably being court-martialed.
That's fine. He was a dick.
It's fine. He didn't give me what he wanted, so he can ruin his career because of my magic.
It's fine.
You guys, sorry, Zumasu, as you bring this forward and request this sort of ceasefire and this logical argument, the majority of the senators take it to a vote, and they decline. They believe that this should be brought through the normal procedures. This needs to be done right, they claim. And they refuse your offer. But they will bring it forward to the consuls.
I guess Egan would probably say, well, if that is the way you must feel, then I will try to make sure that order stands within the Undercroft as long as the Leaf Crown does not kill any more clerics. For now, we are not bothering you. The situation of the city requires more attention to other areas than trying to reestablish control over our sector. Is that agreeable?
Your voice is heard, plain and clear. We'll back down for now.
I appreciate your temperament then. I guess then for now, what are Clarissa and Varys doing? Or not Varys, what's
Vaseline.
his face? Vaseline, yeah.
They voted in favor of what you were asking. You also note the other votes. Serial Malay, she's the Builders Guild. She was kind of voting for you guys.
Cool.
As well as Bankin, who I mistakenly marked with the thing earlier because I mistook his name. But this guy is a member of the Church of Hieronius. He also voted for you.
Neat.
They seem to at least have sympathy. Protest.
Okay, so literally it's mostly the corrupted guys that are the issue here at the moment.
Yeah.
All right. I'm debating whether or not to just basically be like, I'm here to testify on Neve Taurus or not, but I don't know if that's a good idea with Egan here. Party, any input?
I think it might be too soon for that.
All right.
They
so just
said they were
making-
gathering evidence, and you
Yeah.
only gave them a day.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So I guess
Investigations take time.
Yeah, so for now, I'll just try and get Egan safely back out. Say
Okay.
that, and then I'll address the crowd basically saying, for now, the Leaf Crown said they aren't going to push the issue. They're deliberating on our request.
They also requested that you try to get the protesters away from the Senate. That is mainly the reason that they are letting you out of here without arresting you.
That's fair.
Not
I'm
the
cool
fake
with that.
arrests that Vaseline was offering, but like the senators
Yes.
all calling for your arrest.
Yes, that's fair. Yes. Is Egan kind of cool with this for now? How's he feel?
Feels a little relieved that he doesn't have to suddenly become a senator, but he does feel annoyed and dejected. He is frustrated that we're going to need to stop this thing that they had spent all night organizing, and he tells you that this was all because they had killed a priestess. Can't let that out of our eyes. Can't end this protest, and they're certainly not going to listen to us. This thing's growing bigger than we had imagined.
I'll reveal a little bit of what happened. I already told you we have, did you keep eye of who voted against the proposition? The ones who
Sure.
voted against were some of the corrupted officials. Unfortunately, as it stands, the investigation needs to come to light to really have enough people on our side at the moment. For now, it might be best to recoup and hold for a moment. Once the investigation is underway, we'll have more leeway in negotiating. For now, as long as they keep their word and not pushing into the undercroft, I think that's the best we can do for the moment.
Do you think we can disperse these people?
Hopefully. If we just let them know the council's going to decide something, that might at least give them a little bit of edge. We did walk out of here without being arrested, so that's something too.
Suppose you're right. You got a louder voice than me. Would you try it?
Alright, I address the crowd basically the same way I'm saying.
Sure. Make a performance check once more.
Hi, Dice. Do you like me yet?
I don't know, Dan. We'll see.
That's not bad.
Not bad. For what is essentially just a flat charisma check for you, that's above 10.
Yeah.
You address the crowd. They don't disperse immediately, but they do not get violent. And they see that you were emerging to what is in their eyes a minor victory. Protest remains, but it is peaceful for the rest of the duration.
Okay, so a smaller crowd that at least they can keep an eye on and nobody gets hurt.
It seems that way, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, quite a bit happened today, but I think we should do some leveling up of the domain.
Yes, now that we have more info too, we can do this a little smarter.
Yeah, the protest disperses later in the day with some amount of Leaf Crown intervention, and you guys have made another copy of the ledger, which I think is now 2 copies if Boom Crash was just working throughout the night. Sorry,
Yeah.
So the latter 2 books.
Okay, so I have 2 out of 3, and
Because you gave 1 away.
yeah, I did give 1 away. So,
So in total, we need like 4 at least, I'd say, for each senator.
You want me to do?
How many do you think we'd need? Because right now, do you think this is enough?
Let's do one more copy of all 3 of them, but
And maybe a
we still
copy
have
of just the pages of the key pages, but they have at least one copy to pour over.
Yeah, exactly. Like this
Okay.
is a significant amount of work.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm like, how much do you think we'd actually need?
Galestone's going to become a monastery at this point.
Yeah.
Maybe we
Hey,
can find somebody else with forgery skill in the Undercroft. To be honest, they do have a
We
few
need
people with
another
special skill.
Kenku, is what we really need.
Could we
We
do
can
like a
get
luck
one.
check to see if there's one in the Torch? Adventurers, weird people.
We
guess
know where
so.
one is.
You can try and recruit one.
Oh,
Like,
wait,
how are we gonna get the one from New Dawn though?
Mm.
is there a way that we can cast Simulacrum on her so that we can just make clones of her?
Oh boy.
Now you'd need a wizard,
Boom, clones.
We need to talk to the Arcane Seed, who isn't too happy right now.
and it'd need to be a powerful wizard as well. Anywho,
Ooh.
we'll consider that next time. For now, let's level up the domain and then probably call it the night. So you guys have 8 points from theoretically defeating the Court of Dragonflies, although a Taurus is still running around, it seems. At least sort of running around.
Alive and well, the simulacrum said.
I'm alive and well.
Blech.
Boom Crash. I want to put a point into diplomacy, espionage, lore, operations for the actionable roles, or for your defenses. There's communications, resolve, and resources.
Hold on one second.
Sure.
I would really love to improve our communications score. So yeah, I'll put my point into communications. So bring us up to 13.
I'll bring you to 14.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize.
Yep.
Okay. I was looking at the spreadsheet instead.
Oh yeah, the spreadsheet's probably not up to date. Sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been trying to move on to just this screen so that you guys can have constant visual of it.
That's cool. Yeah, so bring that up to 14.
Okay.
That feels good.
Amon, where do you want your point?
Let's just go with communication.
Okay. Mao.
I mean, I was also gonna go communication.
Alright, we are on the same page at Talkieville.
Mm.
Zumasu.
I feel like resources, so we can make sure our keep isn't in shambles.
Sure. That isn't enough to bring it up another point, but that does start the... Okay, we're gonna go through one more time. Boom Crash.
Okay. I think we should also increase our abilities to attack. So it looks like our lore could use another point to bring us up to +3.
It goes up to +3. Amon.
Since we explained ourselves, we should improve our diplomacy. Diplomacy up, please.
That's a good call. Mal. How about you?
Communications.
Patience.
But that doesn't...
There's still
Okay.
one more point.
That's fair.
Alright, Zumasu. You have 3...
I have 3 choices
You have
now.
3 choices
Mhm.
that will advance things one step.
You done
Technically
fucked
4.
it up, Zoo.
I'll do diplomacy because we gotta
Oh,
make
yeah.
sure Eidolon Grove isn't attacked.
You just want to have +3 for everything again.
Yes.
Yes.
Alright. Cool. You've kind of spread a wide net, as things are. So your defense has increased a little bit, but your offensive abilities and your capabilities have increased as well. Still a little fragile on the defensive front. But
Mhm.
Yeah.
communications are solid. You're starting to get a few more resources in, and your crew is solid enough to do things proficiently. That's mostly what we're gonna do tonight. Yeah. What are you guys planning for next time? It seems that you'll have all the copies that you need. Are you going to like talk to the senators again? Talk to different ones? Are you going to like
We
confront them?
we should talk to the same ones. So like, hey, look, we got a complete picture. There you go. Boom.
Also, the ones who voted yes with me, I say we talk to those guys too to give them the ledgers too, so everybody's on the same page.
I want to talk to Dorkcaster especially because, because the arcane seat, because it is so corrupt. If we don't want magic users to completely topple, because I personally don't want that, we
Bring
should
Herschel.
get him involved. Herschel's he and Piss Wizard can compete for biggest baby. We need someone a little sturdier.
Oh, maybe Herschel could, get his groove on. I don't know.
So we brought up multiple times
we,
that
we dug him an entire trench and he still hasn't gotten the groove on.
we brought up to the senators about the devil action outside and further away from the city, but there's no proof of it, so it's just someone's word. Do we want to try and gather any sort of like?
Yeah, sending out a
Clear-
team to get more evidence is probably
But
worthwhile.
we did send out a team. They died.
Remember,
Remember, that's how we got the first bit of information, and then we found out location and scried.
I mean, I still kind of like the idea of getting some of the Undercroft to send some adventurers to help the Leaf Crown, so a sort of joint morale operation to investigate the sewers, since we didn't
Okay.
technically clear it out.
Then I guess my thing would, for like the next session, would either be assisting that or trying to get them a map of the layout so that they can traverse it.
That'd probably be good for Mao to assist an investigation of the sewers. That'd be pretty
Mhm.
cool.
My sewers. I want them. They're mine now.
Pretty much.
All right, Ninja Turtles.
Because if they do that, that'll also bring proof for the next stage, which is trying to pull the army back to fight the stupid devils.
Right, because that was a big thing. It's like you wanted to have the military back to protect the city, but
Yep.
there's no proof, so no one really cares. It's just a bunch of conspiracy, and they're more worried about what they can see instead of what they can't.
Yeah, they need access to the Undercroft to be able to do these sort of missions, not to mention to even investigate the Jaguar stuff. We need access to the Undercroft again. So that two motions. First is getting a Taurus investigation on the way. Second motion is to investigate a Taurus's stink house again.
Okay. They did send people to investigate the stink house on your command. That's where they're trying to gather information.
Okay.
So next time we'll probably talk to a few more senators and then maybe
Maybe
see
threaten a
if
few senators?
that too.
I'm good with that.
Honestly, talking to the people that are already on your side might not be the best option
Yeah, I think it's time to get a little bit on the dirty side of a revolution.
because you're not going to get a majority by telling people that it's a good thing they voted for you.
But a blade might.
Who was the one who was blackmailed? Because that's the one that's probably more important to talk to then.
Being blackmailed because they're siphoning money over to their lover.
Yeah.
I mean, if they don't have a lover to siphon money to, just saying.
Ovalist? Ursulina. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be good.
Okay. I'll just make note that you're probably going to talk to some of the senators. again.
Air quotes talk.
Talk.
We're
Okay.
gonna have a talk with them.
And do we expect me to be arrested next time or no?
Well, you can do a long rest. Certainly.
Okay.
You
Oh
spent
no,
most...
I said arrested.
Oh,
We'll see how long it takes for the investigation to do that, because that probably determines some of our interactions too.
once the investigation is completed, you probably will be arrested.
Okay.
And then we're probably going to have, like, some sort of trial. Presumably
I
with a
live better.
Taurus. Presuming he's around still.
We could always go try and finish him off.
If you can find this Evermoon legend.
That's also
Yeah, that
true.
might be worth investigating into and looking into as well.
Maybe sending some of our as a domain sort of thing instead.
It's
Yeah,
on you.
I think
There's a
so.
lot of options for next time, it sounds like, despite
Mhm.
it mostly being role-playing. But I guess it was a fine diversion from 4 sessions of boss battles and dungeon crawling.
That was fun.
Sorry.
Even though last session I was freaking That was upsetting because I only had a 30% chance to like save that, but then Mao went to like 1 in 20 from like 30% chance. I was
Yeah.
like, wait, you only have +2? Shit.
Yeah, that surprised me too. All right.
All right.
Well, thank you everybody that came out to watch. Um, we are here normally every Sunday from 9 p.m. to midnight Eastern Standard Time. We're still going to have next week, but I think the week after we're going to take a break because some of us won't be available. We'll still have our Wednesday session from 7 to 10 Eastern Standard Time for the Rime of the Frost Maiden. I have books on Drive Thru RPG and the DM's Guild, and you can support me on Patreon/NoTrumpet. Want to stick around for the raid? So, and we will get a raiding. Good night, everybody, and be well. And
Take
be
care.
sure to be safe. If you're going to participate in any protest, do not bring your phone with you, or turn it off. Good night, everyone.
Keep tattoos covered
Keep
and
tattoos covered.
nondescript clothing.
Yep.
Keep an eye out for people with nice shoes and avoid them. Good night.